Let's see. There we go. There we go. Baby, baby. Oops. I think I broke something. Okay. Oh, we're live too. Uh-oh. Auto find and activate. Top chat, live chat. What up, Brianna? Badum. I didn't see you there. How you doing? How you doing, girl? Hold on, almost done. Boom, boom. Yeah, I thought I was alone. I thought I was alone. All right, hold on. Let's get this stuff set up. Pin, live chat. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you. Thank you, Brianna. Had a good day today. My dad's birthday. What it do, Dean? What it do? I'm good. I'm a little full. I ate a bunch of shrimp fried rice. Other than that, doing alright. Doing alright. Just watched Lovely Lamb Lunch's End of the World video. 76. 76. 1950. May 9th, 1950. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I mean, girl. Yeah, girl. Giveaway. Insulation. Giveaway. Boom. 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 YouTube. Yeah. It's not like I'm old, girl. Jeez. Did you see? You didn't see it? Yeah, I didn't see it like in our posts or anything. So I'll show you them here. So there's the whole family. Me, my brother, and my sister. He's 76. He's 76. That's my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and me. That's the whole crew. That's the whole crew. My mama. What up, Cheryl, girl? Yeah, I got my dad's nose, and then I edited it a few times. Yeah. Here, let me go to zoom in. You guys, whoosh, bam. There you go. And then, if you go to the videos, oh no, I gotta shrink it back down again. If you go to videos, you can see we had my mom filmed while we had it. All right.
Do you want cocktail, Richard?
No, that's my sister.
All right. Ready? They are good.
Yes, all that. Briny. That's the fam. Doing shots of oysters. Yep. Yeah, I don't like them. That's why my sister was asking if I wanted Tabasco sauce or cocktail sauce, because I don't like them. But my dad likes them, so it's his birthday. Like, I don't like tequila, but That's good, lamb. It is May. Yeah. Yeah, they're rough. They're rough. Lamb. Lovely lamb lunch. What up, Lord Alcatraz? Okay. All right. Lamb, is that on your channel yet? Did you upload that? I'll wait till you give me the link. I'll just wait till you give it to me. Oh, he's not even here. He is. Yeah. You just woke up? Yeah. I should have taken a nap. I ate a lot. A lot. Yeah. Oh, shrimp fried rice. And everything. Why don't you just do stuff without copyright? Why? I got my weed whacker out. Gonna be doing the bikini line. Weed whacker. The bushwhacker. Lamau. Okay, let's see. Frickin' stupid lamb. Trying to get me in trouble. Oh, she ate a grilled chicken. I gotta eat and smoke, then play some Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's see what happens in Costa Rica.
Not sushi, not raw anything. Grilled chicken thighs from a roadside soda in Monteverde. She watched the cook press it flat on the grill with a brick. She ate every piece with her fingers. She posted a photo to her story. Caption, living my best life.
Living her
3
best
months
life.
later, something was crawling under her skin. She could feel it move. She could see the bruise trail it left behind. And no doctor on 2 continents could tell her what it was. She did not eat raw fish. She ate chicken. Remember that. This is Diagnosis Glitch.
Diagnosis. The bed track, the little band, they call it
Names
U2.
have been changed for privacy. This story is based on true events and documented medical cases. Her name is Lily Brennan, 22 years old, final year physiotherapy student at the University of Leeds. She deferred her.
Why are you eating frickin' chicken cooked? I understand. She's living her best life. She's living her best life.
Last semester to take a gap year. 8 months.
All right,
Central America, then Mexico. She had a spreadsheet, every hospital, every bus route, every vaccination.
I'm sending you the bill. Or remember, you won the yesterday's stream giveaway. Brianna wasn't even here for it. Yeah, post it. So Lovely Lamb Lunch won the giveaway. Lovely Lamb Lunch won $20. Thadiel won $15, and TWC Myers won $10 gift card, Amazon gift card. You should watch the one where the Australian guy ate the uncooked slug. Okay, we can do that next. Ugh, I'm not taking any responsibility. You never do. The 1930s, women ordered tapeworm. No, they still do. Maybe not now that Ozempic is, but not 5 years ago in the movie industry. They were still doing it. Women that had to be big and then had to get small for different roles. They would still take them. Yeah, absolutely. They would still take them to lose weight, and that way you don't have to change your diet. You can eat as much as you want, and then when they get down to the weight they want, they would take an anti-parasitic to get rid of them. Absolutely. Yeah. Now that Ozempic's a thing, I think it's still going to be a thing because Ozempic makes you lose muscle. What up, Master Palad? The Apollo astronauts saw E.T. Yep, they saw E.T. What up, gamers in Palapaparabadarabadaria? Pasperidiaraba.
Clinic told her to get hepatitis A, typhoid, yellow fever. She got them all. She packed doxycycline
really
for malaria.
All those GLP-1s. Listen, when your body goes into starvation mode, that's what it makes it do. It slows your stomach down, right? So your body goes into starvation mode. So it converts your muscle. I think it's glycogen in your muscle to glucose. Glycogen? Maybe I'm thinking glycogen like protein. Anyway, it converts your muscle into glucose. So it steals from your muscles. It doesn't, yeah. Because your body, you're not slowly losing weight. You're instantly putting yourself into starvation mode. Senpai spider. Oh, I couldn't even read that. What did I say? Gamers in Pi Prosperita. I gotta listen myself back. Senpai spider. My bad. I'm working on it. This whole reading thing.
She carried a filtered water bottle she refilled twice a day. She knows the human body well enough to treat other people's injuries. She doesn't know what's about to happen inside her own. Jess Okonkwo is her travel partner, 23, nursing student at King's College London. She and Lily met in a backpack.
Uh-oh. 2 girls out of the country. I asked my doc about testing for parasites for the weight loss. Unnecessary if I don't see that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, there you go. 2026 is the most boring time. Yeah, you think so?
Packers Facebook group 6 months before the trip. Jess is quieter, more skeptical.
It'll get exciting,
the one who reads
guaranteed.
The bad reviews before booking a hostel. She carries a first aid kit with suture strips and oral rehydration salts. She once diagnosed a Dutch backpacker's dehydration in a Guatemala City dorm room before the guy knew he was sick. She reads symptoms the way Lily reads bus timetables. Remember that too. Here's the detail that reframes everything that follows. The parasite is called Gnathostoma spinagirum, a nematode worm, 3 to 4 millimeters long. It has a hardened head called a cephalic bulb covered in 4 transverse rows of cuticular hooklets. These hooklets are not for feeding. They're for anchoring. The worm grips tissue and pulls itself forward through your body inch by inch, organ by organ. It's a biological drill bit with no off switch. But here's the part that should keep you awake tonight. The worm is programmed to mature inside cats and dogs, specifically inside their stomach walls. In a human, the worm reaches the stomach and finds nothing it recognizes. No chemical signal to molt, no hormonal cue to settle. It's trapped in a larval stage. It can't grow up, it can't reproduce, it can't die on any useful timeline. So it does the only thing its biology allows. It wanders through muscle, through fat, through.
So here you go. So this is not in her digestive tract. These worms aren't in, they're nematodes, they're not in the digestive tract, so you're not going to see any. This is what modern medicine does. They say, oh, you don't have parasites in your poop, you don't have parasites. No, if you don't have parasites in your poop, you don't have parasites in your poop. You can have them anywhere else. You're fat. You're fat, your muscle, your brain, your bone. That's not Budweiser.
Connective tissue through your organs.
Yeah, out of sight, out of
for
mind.
years. Dr. David A.J. Moore at Imperial College London documented cases where the worm migrated continuously for 10 to 12 years. Not months, years. A living thing, smaller than a grain of rice.
So imagine this, years. If you don't get rid of them, they stay there. You can't get rid of them unless you get rid of them. You've got to get them gone. They don't go unless you get them gone. That's it, plain and simple.
Dragging itself through a human body for over a decade because it's biologically lost. And it does not come from raw fish. Foraging pigs and free-range chickens in rural Central America drink from contaminated ponds and streams. The larvae burrow into their muscle tissue and wait. When you eat undercooked poultry or pork, the larvae wake up. They bore through your stomach wall and start walking. Lily did not eat sushi. She ate grilled chicken at a roadside restaurant in Costa Rica. The travel clinic never mentioned this. Month 3,
and her medical education never mentioned it.
They are 2 weeks into Mexico, staying in a hostel in Oaxaca, when Lily gets sick. Fever, headache, nausea, 72 hours of what feels like a bad stomach bug. She takes paracetamol, drinks electrolytes, just checks her temperature every few hours. By day 4, the fever breaks. She feels weak but fine. She blames it on a dodgy taco. She's wrong. The fever was not a stomach bug, it was an alarm. The larva had already bored through her stomach wall and was crawling into deeper tissue. Her immune system threw everything it had at the intruder. The intruder ignored it. 1 week after, the fever breaks. The pain starts. A deep, stabbing ache in her right calf. Not a cramp, not a pulled muscle. She studied musculoskeletal anatomy for 3 years. She knows what a muscle strain feels.
In Costa Rica, and he got a parasite. I told him not to. Yep. Well, you know, he might have given you his parasites. I don't know anything about it, but I don't know anything about it, but I like seeing them fight. He's talking about UFC. Jeez, I can't read.
Was like, this is different. It sits deep inside the gastrocnemius, like someone has pushed a hot needle into the center of the muscle and left it there. She stretches, she ices it, she takes ibuprofen, Jess wraps it with an elastic bandage. Lily assumes she pulled something on a hike. She's treated this exact injury in clinic rotations dozens of times. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. She follows her own protocol perfectly. The protocols for an injury that does not exist.
Exactly.
2 days later,
and that's what happens. We get treated for injuries that do not exist. That's not the correct thing that they're treating for, and they make billions off of it.
It's in her left thigh, not sore, stabbing. A localized pulsing heat deep in the muscle belly that wakes her at 3 a.m. Then her right forearm, then her shoulder, then her calf again. Every few days, the pain moves. It appears in a new muscle group, burns for 48 to 72 hours, then vanishes and reappears somewhere else. This continues for 6 months. While Lily traveled through Mexico and flew home to London, the worm was crawling through the connective tissue between muscle fibers, through the subcutaneous fat layer beneath their skin. Each time it moved, its hooklets tore a microscopic trail through living tissue. The body responded by flooding eosinophils to the site. Eosinophils are the immune cells designed to kill parasites. They dump toxic granules, major basic protein, and eosinophil catatonic protein directly onto the invader. But the worm's cuticle's too thick. The granules bounce off the worm and destroy the surrounding human tissue instead. That's the burning. That's the deep ache. Her own immune system unable to grip the target, scorching the flesh around it. And the worm leaves a trail you can see. Subcutaneous hemorrhagic tracts. A wide purplish red band of internal bruising beneath the skin like a blunt instrument was dragged under the epidermis. The worm secretes anticoagulants as it moves, preventing the blood around it from clotting, so every inch of its path bleeds internally.
I love UFC.
The bruise shifts. It appears on her forearm one morning and is on her ribcage 2 days later. Lily showed Jess the first visible track on a bus from San Cristobal to Mexico City. A dark red streak, 3 inches long, running diagonally across the inside of her left forearm. Jess stared at it for a long time. That's not a bruise. I know. It moved. 9 months after that chicken dinner in Monteverde, Lily is back in London. She's seen 4 doctors, a GP in Mexico City who told her the shifting pain was stress-related, a walk-in clinic in Cancun that diagnosed a spider bite on her forearm, her GP in Leeds who ran blood work that came back unremarkable except for mildly elevated eosinophils, a detail that was noted in the file and never followed up on, an urgent care physician who was diagnosed cellulitis and prescribed a course of antibiotics that changed nothing. 4 doctors, 3 countries, 0 correct diagnoses. Median time to diagnose for nasoptomiasis, 12 months. Some documented cases, 5 years. 4 doctors in 9 months is fast by global standards. That is the state of the system. The cellulitis diagnosis is the one that stings the most. Cellulitis is a bacterial skin infection. It does not move. It does not leave hemorrhagic tracts. It does not shift from limb to limb over weeks, but the physician saw red, swollen skin, reached for the most common explanation, and stopped looking. Lily took the full course of antibiotics.
Next patient, please.
Nothing
Remember
changed.
to pay on your way out.
None of them asked if she had eaten undercooked poultry in Central America. The intake forms asked about raw fish, about shellfish, about unpasteurized dairy. No form on 2 continents contains the question that would have changed everything. Did you eat chicken or pork in a rural area where livestock drink from open water? Jess finally made the connection. She was 3 months into her clinical placement at Guy's Hospital in London, rotating through the infectious diseases
You're
ward.
in the army
A consultant mentioned a case of migratory paniculitis in a returned traveler. Jess stopped writing her clinical notes. That night, she sat at the desk in her flat with 2 browser tabs open. Lily's symptom timeline on the left, PubMed search results on the right. Migratory Malaysia, subcutaneous hemorrhagic tracts, Central American travel history, eosinophilia, she typed, Nasostoma spinagirum. Every line matched. The shifting pain, the bruise trails, the chicken vector, the eosinophils nobody followed up on. She called Lily at 11 at night. I need you to get a referral to the Hospital for Tropical Diseases tomorrow. The Hospital for Tropical Diseases in London is one of the only facilities in the United Kingdom equipped to diagnose gnathostomiasis.
To diagnose it, right?
Arrived,
So no other doctor can diagnose whether you have a parasite or not, unless they're coming out of your poop. I did every month we competed, whether it was fighting for showing off your kata.
She brought 9 months of medical records, Jess's printed PubMed papers, and a photograph of the hemorrhagic tract on her forearm. The ID specialist examined her, took one look at the subcutaneous tracts, asked her 3 questions. Where did you travel? What did you eat? When did the migratory pains start? He ordered an MRI of her right leg. It showed a small signal abnormality deep in the gastrocnemius muscle, a radiological footprint of the migrating larva. A shadow where no shadow could be. But the specialist could not confirm the diagnosis with a blood test. Not in London.
Karate.
Not anywhere in the Western Hemisphere. The CDC doesn't offer commercial serologic testing for gnathostoma. There is no rapid test. There is no point of care kit. Blood samples must be physically shipped to the Swiss Tropical and Public Health Institute in Basel, Switzerland, or to Mahidol University in Bangkok, Thailand. 2 labs on Earth, neither in the country treating her. Her blood was drawn in London, packaged, shipped to Basel. The results would take weeks. Lily sat in the consultation room and asked the specialist what happens if they wait. He told her the truth. Untreated, the worm can migrate for 10 to 12 years, and in documented cases, when it reaches the eye, it causes permanent blindness. When it reaches the spinal cord, it causes permanent paralysis. She asked if they could start treatment while they waited for Basel. He said, we need a confirmed diagnosis before we prescribe.
So crazy.
The test existed. It sat in a freezer in Switzerland. Lily was in London, and nobody could treat her until the results came back.
That's crazy.
For 11 days,
That's because they have socialist freaking medical care there. So because if she would have paid for it, they would have gave it to her. But they're like, no, we got to charge the government for this. But because, we got to make sure it's definite or they're not going to waste their money. I was told whoever's lame to gobble. Jeez, dude.
Waited. She sat in anatomy lectures and traced the perennial nerve on a cadaver while something alive traced its own path through her body. On day 6, a new hemorrhagic tract appeared across her ribcage, dark red, 6 inches long. She photographed it and sent it to Jess. Jess forwarded it to the specialist. He documented it in her file and wrote, consistent with ongoing larval migration, awaiting serology. Awaiting serology. Yeah. While the worm crawled toward her spine.
I'll tell you something. I watched your video.
Here's where the system nearly broke for good. An ER physician who suspects a parasite in the UK faces the same trap as one in the United States. You cannot legally justify prescribing an off-label anti-parasitic drug without
It depends. Toxoplasmosis gondii. It depends. It depends. Like if you're in the best shape ever and you've got exactly what you need in your body to not ever get sick and it's some people it can. So it can do that with any parasite. But most people, 97% of people aren't healthy enough for that to happen like on a guaranteed level. Yeah, oysters. I'm not a big fan, but these were good and briny. Like they weren't just slimy. It might be too harrowing. What's up with this new flu strain going on by rats? So what's it? Hantavirus is a rat-to-rat virus, and what I hear is that they were working on a way to make it more deadly, so it would kill more rats, so that they could set it loose in rat populations in New York City, and because they got millions of rats. And apparently they accidentally made it rat to human transmissible. Apparently that's where it's at. That's where it's at. We'll see. I love scallops. I love scallops. I agree. This is a departure from my usual ship. In New York. What up, Joshy?
Confirmatory lab test. The test takes weeks. The worm does not wait weeks. Standard of care becomes the thing that paralyzes you. In our last video, a man in Chicago waited 40 days for an endoscopy while a different parasite bored through his stomach.
And that's what I heard happened in like around lots. I'm guessing that cruise ship isn't as clean as it should have been because now they're cleaning all the rooms. That's why I'm happy to live in Arkansas. I live in Georgia where the CDC is.
Identical.
The news we get here is different from the news you get in the state
before
over.
It acts. The parasite does not wait for proof. The specialist at the Hospital for Tropical Diseases did what experience taught him to do. He documented a clinical diagnosis without lab confirmation based on the three things no other condition explains: swelling that moves, bruised trails that shift, and elevated eosinophils in a woman who just came back from Central America. He consulted with colleagues. He built a paper trail that would protect him and his patient. Then he prescribed empirical treatment without waiting for basal. Ivermectin first, 200 micrograms per kilogram for 2 days. The eosinophil count dropped. The immune siege backed off. But ivermectin does not kill gnathostoma. It stuns it, slows it, takes the edge off. The definitive weapon was albendazole. 400 milligrams twice daily for 21 days. A 3-week course of a drug that crosses into every tissue compartment in the body and poisons the worm's ability to metabolize glucose. It starves. It stops moving. It dies inside the tissue where it finally ran out of fuel. By day 7, the pain stopped shifting. For the first time in 6 months, Lily woke up and nothing new hurt. By day 14, the hemorrhagic tracts had faded to faint yellow shadows. By day 21, she touched the inside of her forearm where the worst track had been and felt nothing. No heat, no tenderness, just skin. By the 6-week follow-up, the eosinophils were normal. The MRI was clean. 9 months of agony resolved in 3 weeks by a drug that cost less than £5 per tablet and could have been prescribed on day 1, if anyone had asked the right question. Lily called Jess from the hospital corridor after her final follow-up. Her voice was steady for the first time in 9 months. It's gone, the specialist confirmed. No more movement, no more tracks. Jess was quiet for a moment, then 9 months. I was on the ID ward for 2 weeks before I had heard the word that solved it. But the worm does not always stay in the muscle, and the system does not always catch it in time. A 24-year-old woman in Madagascar noticed swelling in her right eyelid. She went to a doctor immediately. Because gnathostomiosis is not endemic to Madagascar, doctors did not consider it. They diagnosed infection, prescribed antimicrobials. 1 month later, the worm had crossed to her left eye. It was visible, alive, and moving in the interior chamber of the eyeball. By the time it was extracted, the delay had caused permanent blindness in her left eye. A 40-year-old woman in New Zealand developed severe electric shock pain shooting down her spine, numbness spreading through her legs. She had no Asian travel history. She had eaten local fish. Doctors diagnosed toxocara myelitis, a different parasite entirely. Over 14 months, she deteriorated into spastic paraparesis, wheelchair bound. When the correct diagnosis was finally made, treatment stabilized her condition, but the neurological damage was permanent. She will not walk again. Dr. Norman L. Betty at the University of Florida and his co-authors published a warning that should be required reading in every Western medical school. They named gnathostomiosis as a neglected disease and identified a lapse in CDC laboratory services that created critical delays in diagnosis and treatment. The CDC itself...
This was about a girl eating chicken in Mexico and getting a parasite. But if they don't see parasites in your poop, they don't even check for parasites, right? But these nematodes, they crawl through your stomach wall or intestinal walls into your body, and they just crawl around your body for 10 to 12 years, right? And then they can crawl they get into your spine, they paralyze you, your heart, they kill you, eyes, they blind you. And so, and when she went back to London, She even went to the tropical diseases hospital after 6 months, and they had to wait a month to get her test results back to see if basically worm poo or pee was in her serum, and because they didn't want to pay $5 a pound for a few days, 5 pounds a pill for a few days to pay for it until they guaranteed it. What's up, Sim? My heart skipped a beat. Love the new pack. It's about my religion created promise boats 3,000 years ago. I am warning all humans. I have traveled back from 2030, and if you don't hold Satoshis in a digital wallet, you'll not be able to buy anything. Financial system flips mid-2030. I go. I believe that guy, actually. Brad, I agree. Hal Lindsey wrote back to being the case of the late 1970s. Yeah, great reason to visit Mexico. Well, they have a waste cycle. They eat and produce waste. Yeah, like a lot of eczema-like symptoms, psoriasis-like symptoms is actually parasite pee and poo that causes rashes on the skin. And that's a problem in America. They don't treat people for parasites unless they can see the parasites. So they give you creams and lotions and steroids. But, then it keeps coming back because the parasites aren't taken care of. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Thanks. It's a bit slapdash, to be honest. Everyone liked the video. It looks good. It looks good. And they poop in the soil. They soil in the soil.
The institution that exists to prevent exactly this does not have the test. They tell you to contact labs in Thailand and Japan. Dr. Moore at Imperial College wrote the sentence that haunts me. The rarity of the condition, combined with the usual absence of physical signs between episodes, may lead to discounting of the symptoms and erroneous reassurance of the patient by clinicians unfamiliar with gnathostomiasis. Erroneous reassurance. A clinical term for telling a patient nothing is wrong while a worm drills through their body.
Right.
Here's what I need you to understand. The glitch in this story is not the worm. The worm's doing exactly what its biology demands. Lily was an accident. A dead-end host in a lifestyle cycle that has nothing to do with her. The glitch is the question nobody asks. Every intake form in the Western world asks about raw fish, about shellfish, about sushi, because the medical establishment built its parasite framework around one vector and stopped updating it. Gnathostoma does not care about that framework. Why did they stop updating it? It lives in chickens, pigs, frogs.
Because most of them aren't fatal. So they can give you symptom relief, and then you just keep buying symptom relief because you never get rid of the parasites.
In animals that drink from ponds where the larvae swim freely, the question that would have caught Lily's infection on the first visit, did you eat undercooked poultry or pork in a region where livestock drink from open water, does not exist on any standard form in any country she visited. And even when a specialist finally suspected the answer, he couldn't prove it. The CDC directs you to laboratories in Basel and Bangkok. The test does not exist in the country treating the patient. Lily told me something I can't stop thinking about.
I promise you.
I can name every muscle, every nerve, every tendon in the human body. I described a textbook case to 4 doctors across 3 countries. The thing that diagnosed me was not a test, it was not a scan, it was my friend overhearing one word on a hospital ward that none of those doctors thought to say. The next time someone hands you a plate of chicken at a roadside restaurant in Central America or a pork skewer at a night market in Southeast Asia, remember the syphilitic bulb,
we're trying to get to 2,500 subs.
The hemorrhagic tracts, the 10 to 12 year migration through your body because the worm is biologically lost and has nowhere to go. And remember that the test to find it does not exist in the United States, and the question that would catch it is not on any forum. This is Diagnosis Glitch.
Diagnosis Glitch. Bam. Gotta drop them guys a sub. Good. Had my dad's birthday party today. My sister flew in from Maryland. Got my. There you go. That's my family picture today that we got earlier today. And then tomorrow is Mother's Day. So hit the like button for your mother. Hit the like button for your mother. No, my sister, I'm from Maryland originally. Yeah, bred and spread. But I moved down to Georgia about 17 years ago. And then my brother moved down here a couple years after I did, and then my sister is up there married, so she flew down here for my dad's birthday and for Mother's Day. Smash that like button. All right, what's next? Diagnosis glitch. I'm gonna get Discord. I don't know anything about. Just go to your app store and download Discord, or you can go to discord.com. Yeah, or if you click the link, or just go to Discord, or you can search for Discord accounts like 110th grade Discord, 110th grade Discord. Hey, look at that. It knows all about me. 110th grade Discord channels managed by I Fail First. Hosts a Discord service focused on study session, academic collaboration, community for high school students, often focusing on serious study preparation for 10th and 11th graders. The community often discusses CBSE board exam preparations designed to help students stay consistent from Reddit. The Discord link that the channel frequently shares is blah, 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 blah. Wow. I'm famous. Did you read anything about sun gazing in the morning light? Help out? Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Listen, staring into the sun for long periods of time during periods of like eclipse and stuff is not good for your eyes, but when the sun hits your body goes into modes. It changes modes. Like this is when dark enters your eyes. Your body gets ready for sleep. The melatonin levels of melatonin in your brain rise and whatnot. So, and cholesterol in your body and cholesterol in the eye, which can cause things like glaucoma. When sunlight hits cholesterol, it cleaves it and turns it into vitamin D. That's how vitamin D is created in the skin. You have cholesterol in your body, UV light hits it and converts cholesterol to vitamin D3. So a lot of the reason people have issues with their eyes is because they're not getting enough vitamin D in their eyes. What's up, Queen Lear? You have your own AI overview. Yep, I'm famous. I done made it. I didn't do this. I did not do this. Queen, I did not do this. I have no idea. I've never searched that before. I've never searched myself before. How are dragonflies gangsta? Because they gangsta. They have like a 99% success rate in hunting. Yeah, that's impressive. I can't even look towards the sun. It's bright like when I have Central America 20 years ago. How are you, Queen Lear? All right, so look. Vitamin D. D3. Okay, vitamin D is essential for eyeball health, aiding in reducing inflammation and helps improve tear function, which manages dry eye disease. Deficiencies linked to macular degeneration and myopia and retinal thinning. Oral supplements between 1,000 and 4,000, I take 10,000, can improve ocular surface conditions by reducing dry eye symptoms. Vitamin D can help fix dry eyes. They're savage. I don't watch that stuff at all, dude. Not at all. I got too much. And I recommend everybody don't. If you think you should watch that stuff, start creating something. What up, Diplomat Slant? You should really only gaze when the sunrise or sunset. I mean, you don't want to you don't want to burn your retinas out, but you don't want to like stare at the sun for 5 minutes, but like glancing at the sun and squinting at your eyes, but you just want sunlight to hit your eyes. You don't want to stare into the sun. Yeah. Yeah, everything's going good. Yeah, doing really good. Doing really good. It's good. Let's look. Let's look what AI's got to say. Staring at the sun, eye damage. Okay. Staring at the sun is called solar retinopathy, where intense UV radiation permanently damages or burns the retina because the retina lacks pain receptors. You can suffer damage without feeling discomfort while it's happening. So symptoms appear within a few to 12 hours after exposure. You get central blind spots. Okay. safe amounts of, I can't spell amounts, of sunlight in the eyes. All right. Yeah, moving on up. What up, Deborah? What can be done for drusen? Did I get that correctly? Let's see. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right. So drusen and the spots in the eye not caused by a single deficiency. Their progression is linked to oxidative stress and poor nutrition. Vitamin supplements such as C, E, zinc, copper, lutein, xanthan are proven to slow the growth of intermediate to large drusen and reduce the risk of advanced macular degeneration progression. So make sure you're on your vitamins. Do you think everybody stared at the sun at least once as a kid? Yes, absolutely. I still stare at it. Like, I mean, I glance at it and see what's up, but I mean, I don't stare at it for like 1, 2, 3, just like a second or two. Yeah, and I also have. I used to look at the sun through a telescope. You don't want to look at the sun through a telescope or anything magnified because the point of light that hits your eye is over a broad space. When you tune it, when you lens it and you focus it down to a very, very small point, that's when you can start burning. It's basically like a laser beam. But glances at the sun isn't what damages your eyes. Long-term exposure. Like if you just want to see where the sun's at and you glance at it for a second. But the reason that when you can start to see spots, like when you look at the sun and look away and you still see that spot, those rods and cones are overloaded. You're not doing anything good for keeping to do that. My doctor gave me a script for 50,000 IUs. Not my first choice, but insurance pays and I'm broke. I used to take it, no vid for me. What up, Blade? I get light sensitivity from migraine cluster headaches. Yeah. That's usually, listen. Migraines, listen. Vitamin D levels are strongly linked to migraines. People with chronic headaches often have deficient or insufficient vitamin D, and low levels are associated with increased headache intensity and duration. Supplementing with D may reduce migraine frequency. Definitely get yourself some. 110thgrade.com. Get yourself some sublingual. I have a favorite number? That's a good question. I don't think so. Yes. What's up, Monk? That's why he wears glasses now. Right, I done burned him out. Now, actually, I wear glasses because I started spending a lot of time inside, and my eyes only focus to the screen in front of me and the wall over there. Like, it's not looking out to the tree line, then up here, and then over there. Your lenses have muscles on them, and if you don't stretch those muscles and work those muscles out, they get limp, and then your eye can't focus closely. They call it age-related, but it's not age-related. Throw up gang signs at the sun. It won't hurt him. It won't hurt you then. Record staring surprisingly long. He's got his record. Thank you. My vitamin D started taking eye vitamins. So vitamin A, if you can get, if you go to my website, the sublinguals won't get damaged in your stomach acids and whatnot, and they absorb directly. They go directly in. So if you're going to get on D, get on K2 because vitamin D takes the calcium out of the intestines into the bloodstream. Vitamin K2 gets it out of the soft tissues and bloodstream and into the bones and teeth and whatnot. But yeah, get yourself something like this here. This is 2 months worth for like $17.29 for 2 months worth. It's definitely worth it. Because a lot of people are deficient It's like magnesium glycinate and D3 changed my friend's life. No more. Yep. I've got glycinate right here. I take D3 right here too. D3 every day. Disrupted by frequencies of 5G and 6G. I think it happened to me when I was perfect vision. I was like 14, tired saying I was aging. Right. You speak a lot on vitamins and compounds. We need either ingest, trigger, or synthesis. We need to either ingest or trigger their synthesis. But am I wrong? So listen. Not all supplements are the same. This is why I take sublingual or dermal, ones that absorb through the skin or through the mouth. A lot of supplements that they give you, like some companies sell iron supplements that are metallic iron, and they're not going to dissolve in your stomach acid. So you're going to poop out what you eat, triggering synthesis. So and what happens in the body, like vitamin D, vitamin D is created from sunlight cleaving the B ring in cholesterol to convert it into D3. That's the best. But so many of us eat bullcrap food that destroys our gut lining, and then we can't absorb it from our food anyway. So without supplementation, you're supposed to look at the sun through a telescope till it hurts if you want to maximize vitamin D absorption. I'm supposed to wear glasses, but said no, I'm straight. I know anything about the war between pharma and herbalists back in... Yes, very familiar. I'm very familiar. Sublingual, like strips. That's right. Wild edibles are also a good alternative to pharma products, right? Yes. Listen, most everything in your body comes down to a vitamin deficiency or a vitamin deficiency, a parasitic infection, virus, bacteria. So if you don't, your body runs on vitamins and minerals. When we've all been told that a balanced diet is fats, cholesterols, proteins, carbohydrates, no one thinks, well, am I getting enough vitamin A? Am I getting, and no one thinks about it at all. And they don't get what they need. So we're all making sure we're hitting our macros, but not making sure we're hitting our what we actually need for our body. So dopamine, serotonin, all that stuff is synthesized from vitamins and minerals. Vitamin B12 synthesis is what's required for the synthesis of neurotransmitters. I take aluminum and microplastic supplements. That'll help. Yeah, that'll do good. The Monarch. Seem to be convenient that my eyes only focus the same distance. Exactly. Right. That's exactly it. And you can strengthen your eyes. Go out in the woods, take your glasses off for an hour and look at the very farthest tree you can see, then the closest tree to you, then find random trees. So your eyes keep focusing to and far and from away, and you'll notice that you can see a couple of percent better each time. The problem is how many years have they been getting weaker? So it takes a long time. If you're ever in the hospital in Monroe or Charlotte, North Carolina, they won't give you a vitamin deficiency test. Trust me. Yeah. And that's what they used to do. Listen, we've been humans for a long time. We haven't had all this medical wackalation except for the past 50 years, really. People used to strengthen their eyes. And in other countries, they do. It's very interesting to look outside of what the United States is doing. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, if you go to my website, it'll take it at Amazon and it'll give me 25 cents. It'll help the channel out. I would appreciate it, and it'll give you stuff that's very good for sublingual or skin. If you're eating things, if you're going through your digestive tract and anything's wrong with your intestines, you're not going to absorb things properly. So you have to find a different way to absorb them. I feel like I'm tripping because my eyesight is fine. I can still hit 6-inch targets with iron sights at 150 yards. And the exercise tires my eyes. Everything's blurry up close. All right, cat. All right, where are we at? Because I don't do it. I stream freaking 8 hours a day, and I'm this far away from a freaking camera and this far away from a monitor. I'm just telling you what can help you. What can help you? So if you and I'm okay with this disability. I've got to choose my battles. Yeah, I don't have the time. He's awesome. I'm thankful. Hey, thank you, Deborah. Your retinal lacks elasticity, I'd wager. What up, Space Cow? I've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty. Stream for 8 hours a day. Yeah. My office job has me on screen for 8 hours a day, too. Yep. See green forest? Feel healing. Agreed. Listen, you have to understand how muscles work, how connective tissues work, what's required for the repair of them, and why. Why do so many people have glasses, and why do so many people need glasses when they get older? You spend more and more time in closed houses and buildings. Word, man. I haven't seen eye test since the 90s. Just figured it's part of getting older. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people do. Yes. So a lot of people that have stress, blue light filtering glasses help. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang until I take you down, down, down in the ground. Bang, 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 bang until I take you down, down, down in the ground. Why don't I feel full even after eating lots of mixed varied fruit until I'm really someone? Okay, so do you take artificial sweeteners at all? Do you drink diet sodas or anything that's got artificial sweeteners? So artificial sweeteners can shut off something called ghrelin. Ghrelin is the satiation, the satisfied hormone. When your stomach says I'm full, I've got what I need, it can release a hormone that tells you I'm full. So if you're not feeling that, usually that's been shut off. And one of the strongest things that can shut that off is diet sodas or other artificial sweeteners. D3 would be B12 would be a good next one to add. After D3, yes, D3, B12, and then as soon as you get into it, get into K2. I don't use probiotics or prebiotics. I don't need them anymore. Yeah. Just rip my Monster. I think it's about B12 deficiency, right? Yeah, so and that's one of the things about Monster. That uses a type of B12 in it called cyanocobalamin. So that'll give you short bursts of energy. If you the stuff that I take's got 200,000%. 200,000% the daily B12. It's 5,000 micrograms, and there you go. 200,000%. And that give you all day energy. And tapeworms ain't no good for you. I'm 36 and my senses that all the ages and entailments of beauty and habits. You're a dwarf? Nice to meet you, dwarf. I'm dromedary. Dynamite dromedary. Yeah, fat satiates as well. Yep. Soda equals diabetes. Yeah, I'm saying don't do that. How to turn it back on? Stop. You have to stop putting artificial sweeteners in you, and then it'll cycle through. Your body's got to get rid of it. John Golbani uses artificial cattle steroid. Get that trend, brother. Get that trend. When he says K2, by the way, he isn't referring to that synthetic weed shit. I thought that for weeks. Nope. B12 toxicity is super rare, and it's water soluble. It's not fat soluble. So and B12 toxicity is like acne and gas. You'd have to take lots and lots and lots. Like this isn't even a lot. This same company sells 10,000 micrograms per tablet. This is just one tablet. Yeah. And you'll pee out, just kind of like vitamin C. Space Cow, oh man, I used the ex-opiate addict for alcoholic for like 12 years. I'm sure that didn't help. Thank you. I'm also overweight and I've seen not many people pee like 20 years. Yeah, brother, you'll get back. You'll get good again. I was wondering why this K2 stuff you recommend makes me feel funny. Does it? Does it make you feel funny? Oh, the wrong K2. Gotcha. I snort trend because why not? Made my nose big. Look what it did to my nose. That's what the steroids did. Do you recall why Indians don't wear deodorant? No, I don't know why. Lamau, yeah, he had to break it down for me one day. I was like, Rich, I've seen this wild shit lockup, but it's smoking. No, not that K2. Vitamin K2. Vitamin K2. Okay. Let's see what Space Cal's got here. What is this? This is why RAM costs $900. Good touch. apricot pits, B17 cure cancer. I've heard apricot pits, and I've heard of B17. Now listen, that's not something I've studied, so I don't know. But it is interesting to look at the people talk about it. Most things that I've seen with cancer is other things that work the same in the body as anti-cancer drugs are anti-parasitics and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of people use stuff like that and quercetin along with chemotherapy. But yeah, I don't know for sure about the apricot pit things. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't looked into it. We have the same nose. I mean, not the same one, but they look identical. Yeah, we're not sharing a nose, John Goldbonny. That actually happened. That's real. It's not AI. It's a true story. Does dementia retention help body in any meaningful way? Yes, but I was saying dementia retention ain't gonna help. So if you're low in testosterone, then it absolutely can. Absolutely can. If you're starting to go bald and stuff like that, and you have a lot of DHT in the scalp and body, and but for people like I absolutely practice that, and I get more done in a day than I ever used to. Absolutely. Whoa, wait, what up, everything? It's not dementia retention, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't chase porn and nothing. I got stuff to do for the next 3 years, so I'm waiting for that to starting to date again. So I'm not even. I mean, no disrespect, but I'm just curious. Yeah, it's called semen retention. I can get anything from sun in my balls. Listen. I don't know for sure, but I tell you what, I've absolutely heard people talk about getting benefits for sunning their taint. The area between your balls and your butthole. Yeah, but hey, multiple times a day. Freaking space cow, wackadoodle ass. Yep. Interesting to hear about. What's frickin' this guy? Governor Pork, John Pork for Arizona governor prank.
What the fuck is that, bro?
What's it say?
That's got me on it.
What is it?
Motherfucking John Pork, dude. What the fuck? Oh, that's fucked up.
All right,
That's
Cheryl.
fucked up.
What about staring into sunsets, gazing into parasite?
So turn around and come back.
So I've heard anecdotal evidence, and I know that people that are low in vitamin D can get their body with the UV. The act of standing in sunlight creates vitamin D in your body. Sunlight, UV light hits the skin and turns the calcium, not collagen, not calcium. Forgot what it was already. The creatine, collagen, calcium, cholesterol turns the cholesterol in your skin and into vitamin D. So people, when they're doing that, they're getting a boost of vitamin D that they not, because most people stay inside. They're like, let me go outside and look at the sun. So it's not actually the sunlight staring into their eyeballs that are doing that. It's the sunlight hitting their skin and giving them a boost of vitamin D, because most people on this planet are vitamin D deficient. Yes, vitamin D deficient, especially in America. He's your hero.
Fuck that shit. There's me on there.
Bananas are really good for you, yes.
Hey, what the fuck, dude?
Yes, sunscreens are bad for you. Sunscreens are bad for you. Yes, all that stuff, because your skin does not burn as easy when you have high levels of vitamin D in your body. And so the less sun you get, this is why it seems to make sense that, oh, my skin's not used to the sun, so I get sunburns. No, you're not used to being in the sun, raising the levels of vitamin D, which are protectant of skin damage. When people get chemical burns, they get high levels of vitamin D put into their bodies and onto their skin to help repair and keep the body from being damaged from that. Same thing happens to the sun. Farting rules. Farting rules. It means your food's working. Are sunglasses bad for your health? Stop getting eyes certain UV rays. So I've heard both things. I've heard people that are out in the sun all day a lot, then it's good because you won't get it, like it's easier to see around. You won't trip over stuff, and it's safer in that regard. And the rest of your skin and everything is getting vitamin D. But staring into the sun will blind you like temporarily, and then you can get injured. So where is Katra? She's definitely complaining somewhere. Back to the semen retention thing, man. I can't. If I die, I'll just die. Or maybe you'll live longer. I should make a song about B12. What up, Vishal? Lamb changed his pick. It's a dog now? What is it? Oh, that's him. B12 Boogie. The B12 Boogie. Anyone else read that most of the pork industry here has been purchased by... Yes, I heard that too. Sold out. We've been sold out. Selenium. So what me and my family take are Brazil nuts. They got the highest level of selenium in any food, and it's the best way to get selenium in your body. But yeah, if you're not, and if you can't get that, get yourself a supplement.
I didn't post no goddamn picture. That's fucked up, bro. Yeah, somebody's gonna hear about this.
Somebody's gonna hear about this.
Who are you gonna send this to?
It's my lawyer. Fuck that Josh motherfucker. Fuck that dude.
Freaking wackadoo. You hate him? Yeah. Then you're probably very low in selenium. Yeah. Sounds like my pops. All right. Let's see. What did I miss? Lamb sent something here. Okay. Let's see. Wackadoodle ass Lamb's got. Thanks, Lamb. Seems like it works really well. Yeah, there we go. It lifted the mood. Yeah, here it is. The video unavailable. What up, ND? Video unavailable. Guy says methylated vitamin salads or they're useless. Right. So this is why your liver methylates them. So often, and some tablets are set like a lot of the vitamin B12 is cyanocobalamin, so it's cyanated. So when it goes through the liver has to methylate it, which releases the cyanide off of the molecule, and then you have free cyanide for every molecule, every cobalamin molecule. You have cyanide floating around in your body, so it can recombine with that and deactivate it. And by having that in your blood, if you get a B12 test, they'll be like, "Oh, you've got plenty of B12, but you're deficient in the rest of the body." So the liver would methylate it. So by taking them pre-methylated, then they don't have to go through your liver. So if you have a damaged liver, it's not going to methylate it well anyway. So you want them methylated. Yeah, it's the way to go. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Let's pro-apocalypse. Yes, that's what I do. Yes, that's what this is. This right here is methylated. Methylcobalamin. I know it's hard to read. My camera doesn't do up. Yeah, don't do that. Don't buy meth. Buy methylated. Yes, methylfolate, methylcobalamin. Yeah, bypasses the liver. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so if your liver's messed up, then your liver won't methylate. The methylation process, the liver, not methylation metabolism, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, so the liver, it's not acting like it should. So it's not going to methylate properly or fully. So then you're not going to, the vitamins will just, you'll pee and poop them out. Yeah, I mean, but it's like this far away, it's too bright. Like the Hoojabob thing goes on there. I don't know if you can read it like that or not. Yep. Box was so close. A tweaker under this overpass sells that stuff, I think. What do you think about believing higher power of God? Does that make me live longer? I believe, and I didn't most of my life until I started studying science, and then it led me to have to make a choice, and I made a choice that we didn't get here no other way. We didn't get here no other way. Your liver's messed up? Yeah, then you're gonna, is messed up. I haven't taken vitamins since the Flintstones, ate them as candy. Yeah, you should definitely be taking methylated vitamins. Yeah, okay. Let's see if Lamb's getting himself fixed here. Nope. Did you have a good laugh? I did. Yeah, try it. You're trying to use all that. You're trying to get me blocked is what he's trying. So right, milk thistle does that work. What milk thistle helps a lot with the liver by canceling out things that are bad for the liver. But if you're hammering alcohol every day, like people do, like, yeah, I mean, it might stretch out how long until you wear it out. But yeah, so much copyright. Yeah, the internet knows. Internet knows. All right, where are we at here? All right, we get to... Oops, that's broken too. It grows in my garden. You like B2B, you can say it. What about Cypress Rotund's nuts? I don't know. All I can do is send privately if anyone's interested. Or make it without freaking copyright. Why do you always have to use copyrighted stuff, Lamb? Why don't you make it without copyrighted stuff? You know it's a problem all the time, and now you're like, oh, now you can't share it with anybody. I can share it privately. Moon chili my nickels. All right, let's see. My quarters. All right, where are we at? All right, what's going next? What's going next? What the hell is that? Oh, strongest acids in the world. The dumbest influencer fatalities? A boy jumped in a lake? Okay, here we go.
The water shot up his nose when he hit. Sharp, cold. He came up laughing and shaking droplets from his hair. He did not
I think
feel
it's the sunlight. Do you like Imagine Dragons, man? Dragging these nuts across your chin. What up, Sweater Kev, brother? Don't act now. Hit the like button. Help me out with the algorithm. We're trying to get to 2,500. Is it Woodstock? Just work. It won't compromise any artistic flair. It's strong as the acid.
Iowa entered. A single-celled organism, smaller than a grain of sand, propelled straight into his nasal cavity.
Yeah, it sounds like
already
it sounds like
attaching
lamb.
to his olfactory nerve, already beginning to climb toward his brain. 6 days later, he would be in the ICU.
Protect yourself. Listen. Protect yourself. When you're dating somebody, let them know what you want to do with life, where you want to go, how you want finances to work, and whatnot. And make sure if you date somebody, you want to marry them in a month and say, we're getting a prenup. If they're like, oh my God, you don't love me. Be like, no shit, I don't love you. It's been 3 months. You know? Yeah. I pay what you want from DMT. I never, and start. Jeez, dude.
Responsive.
Let's see.
His brain swelling against his skull. His own mother standing in the doorway, and he would not know who she was. This is the infection doctors almost never catch in time. Welcome to Diagnosis Glitch.
So, because oil helps things absorb, so some things are fat soluble, and some things are water soluble. The stuff that he was putting in there was fat soluble. Oil soluble, so it helped it absorb through the skin quicker. I heard he used it, he would spray it on people and it would absorb through their skin very quickly, because he wasn't using it necessarily for lube. He was using it as I freaking know what they're talking about. I guess you're gonna find out, B2B. Or drops.
Lake Travis, Texas,
July.
Tyler Reeves, 17 years old, had just jumped off a dock into 84-degree water. His friend Jake was treading water below, laughing. His mother, Linda, watched from a lawn chair. Every time Tyler left the house, he said the same thing, a ritual since he was 12. I'll be back before you miss me. She always replied, I already miss you. She said it that morning. Tyler waved without looking.
Oh, yeah.
It was the last time he would ever say it.
I heard. I wanted her to watch it, but I forgot. We'll do it after this one. She legit, brother, listen, I heard some people get benefits off of it, but I honestly think that most of those things are high in some level of vitamin or mineral, and when people are feeling bad and they take stuff like that, it has what they need a lot of the time, so it takes them out of whatever vitamin or mineral deficiency they're having. I don't know for sure about the compounds in it or not. Yeah, 84, that's sauna weather. It's sauna temperature. I get you. Ecstasy, meat, search, and mushrooms. Yeah, had a great laugh. We had a great laugh back in the day.
To understand what was lost, you have to understand who Tyler was before. Junior at Lake Travis High School, captain of the swim team, which is the kind of irony that would make his mother unable to look at a pool for years afterward. He wanted to study marine biology. He kept a saltwater aquarium in his room, spent hours watching the fish, knew their scientific names. Tyler was the kid who stayed late to help the janitor stack chairs after assemblies. The kind of son who still hugged his mother.
I'm in Atlanta. Streaming and Joey 30 watch the Baby Einstein video up on the floor asking God why this exists.
Irony. In public. That Tyler had 6 days left. The next morning, Tyler woke up with a headache behind his eyes. His father, Mark, handed him water, probably dehydration. You were in the sun all day. By afternoon, the headache was worse. He told himself it was nothing. That night, Tyler dreamed of water, black water, rising up his nose. He woke up gasping, clawing at his face. Nothing there. He went back to sleep.
Jeez.
By day 2, nausea joined the headache.
VHS.
Light made him wince.
Who said
Linda
that?
felt his forehead. You're probably coming down with something. Pay attention to what was missed. Headache, nausea, sensitivity to light. These were not symptoms of a summer cold. These were the first screams of a brain under attack. By day 2, the amoeba had already reached his olfactory bulb, the part of the brain that processes smell, the first piece of territory it would consume. Here's how Naegleria fowleri kills. It does not poison you. It does not shut down your organs. It eats. The amoeba releases enzymes that dissolve brain tissue, then absorbs the nutrients. It multiplies by splitting in half. Each new amoeba starts eating too. Your immune system responds with inflammation, but the brain has nowhere to swell. It presses against the skull, pressure builds, tissue dies, and the amoeba keeps eating. Day 3, Tyler could not get out of bed. Fever of 102. Linda wanted to go to the ER. Mark hesitated. It's probably just the flu. By noon, Tyler was vomiting. Decision made.
Don't show it.
The emergency room at Dell Children's smelled like hand sanitizer and anxiety. Tyler sat in the waiting area, pale, holding his head in both hands. The ER doctor came in, a young man who had not slept in days. How long has he had these symptoms? 2 days, Linda said. Maybe 3. It started with a headache. The doctor examined Tyler's throat, checked his ears, palpitated his lymph nodes. He asked about travel, allergies, medications. He ran through the checklist. He never asked about swimming. When Tyler described the pain, he said his head felt like it was melting from the inside. The doctor wrote severe headache on the chart. He did not write down the word Tyler actually used. Melting.
One more time, who knows?
Good news, the doctor smiled. It's not meningitis, just a
me
summer
because I
bug
work
going
on wild
around.
caught exotic fish and
Linda
I'll put water in
exhaled.
my
She
mouth.
squeezed Tyler.
Listen, brother. Listen. I want everybody, listen. If you've got cats, dogs, I've got chickens. Most people have some sort of parasite in them. It might not be in your intestines, so you might not be pooping out worms, but in your muscles, in your brain, your bone, anywhere, under your skin, whatever. Get freaking some Paragard. Get some Paragard. If you want to help a brother out, buy it off my website. It'll give me 50 cents. Get Paragard. It's a year's supply, and it's an anti-parasitic. It's all food, and it works well for a broad spectrum. So if you get them, you want to be able to have it. It's a couple of days every 3 months, and it tastes like pepperoni. It's basically not really pepperoni. I mean, I think it tastes like pepperoni. The rest of my family thinks it tastes like minty oregano. But whatever. Yeah, did it. Why not? Listen, most people that have cats have access that clean their own litter box have can possibly have Toxoplasmosis gondii or other parasites. But they just cause problems, and then you're like, why do I feel depressed all the time? Why do I feel bad all the time? Why am I skinny? Why am I fat? Whatever. Why do I have eczema? Why do I have psoriasis? Why do I blah? We'll get rid of any parasites first to make sure that it's not that. Everybody's like, dude, it's America. It's 1954, dude. We ain't got parasites. Okay, great, cool. You think that. Or you get rid of the parasites and check it off the list. And all of these videos, one thing they're not doing is they're saying, well, it's definitely not parasites, so let's check everything else. And then you miss everything else. And you spend thousands of dollars over the years until you finally say, okay, let me try it. Get it done.
Tyler's hand. See, you're going to be fine. The doctor wrote
Then get rid of
viral
them, brother.
syndrome on
Get
the
rid of them.
discharge form. If you had asked one more question,
that's what's in here. Wormwood is in here. Wormwood, garlic bulb, black walnut, fennel seed, marshmallow root, black walnut hull, pumpkin seed, slippery elm bark, wormwood, clove, garlic bulb, oregano leaf oil, peppermint leaf oil. Yeah, it'll knock them out of you. Yeah, right. If you have access to mebendazole, yeah, they're great, absolutely. But if you don't, if your doctor ain't going to give you a prescription unless you bring him poop with worms in it, and that's the problem in America. You can't just be like, I think I have parasites. They're like, we'll give you a $30,000 test to see if you do or not. And be like, how about you give me a $5 pill? I'm going to try streams and play chess. I'm a good chess player. I'm a good checkers player. Why can't Big Daddy government take care of us? We got worms. Because they want to constantly have us pay for dealing with the symptoms rather than get rid of the problem. I only see witches on psilocybin. Watch it, bro. Exactly what was you unplugging from the Matrix? Why do I have brain rot? Welcome to the internet, brother. Like, yep, Benadol, freaky brother. Yes, jerk. Propaganda isn't real. The government loves you. I'm pooping just out of chair. All right, basketball, brother. Ayahuasca. Anyway, give it a whirl. I've never done it. I don't know. But yeah, I'd give it a whirl.
Well, Tyler might still exist, but that question was not on the form. Remember this moment. This was the first chance to save him. It was missed. That night at 2 a.m., Mark found Tyler sitting up in bed staring at the wall, eyes open, not blinking. Tyler, can you hear me? Tyler turned slowly. His voice came out flat. The water. I need to go back to the water. By morning, his neck was locked in place. He screamed when Linda tried to lift his head. They rushed back to the ER. Different doctor. A woman with 20 years of experience. She recognized the meningitis triad immediately. Fever, neck stiffness, altered mental status. She ordered a lumbar puncture. Tyler flinched as the needle went in. Linda stood in the doorway, unable to watch, unable to look away. The cerebral spinal fluid came out cloudy. Elevated white blood cells. It looked like bacterial infection. The diagnosis? Bacterial meningitis. Life-threatening, but treatable. IV antibiotics started within the hour. Ceftriaxone, vancomycin, the strongest weapons they had. Linda and Mark exhaled. Finally, treatment. They spent the night watching the IV drip, believing their son was being saved. But here's what the lab dismissed. The cell count was unusual. The pattern did not quite match. One technician noted it in the chart and moved on. Probably just an artifact. It was not an artifact. The antibiotics fought something that was not there. Meanwhile, the real enemy multiplied. Every hour, millions more. Every hour, a little less of Tyler left. Day 5, Tyler was not improving. His fever was higher. The antibiotics were not working. An infectious disease specialist was called, Dr. Elena Hernandez. She reviewed the chart, the labs, the scans. Something did not fit. By afternoon, Tyler started talking to people who were not there. He called out to Jake, even though Jake was at home. He kept saying he needed to go back to the water, like something was calling him. The infection had reached his frontal lobe, the part of the brain that controls judgment, impulse, sense of self. The Tyler his mother knew was already being overwritten. At 6:47 p.m., Tyler had his first seizure. Linda watched her son's body go rigid, then convulse. His eyes rolled back, his teeth clenched so hard the nurse shoved a guard into his mouth. It lasted 90 seconds. It felt like 90 years. ICU transfer, intubation, a machine began breathing for him. Mark walked to the parking garage, found a concrete pillar, and punched it until his knuckles split. Linda found him there. Neither spoke. There was nothing left to say. Back in the ICU, one resident could not let it go. She found Dr. Hernandez in the hallway. This doesn't look like any bacterial meningitis I've seen. Dr. Hernandez nodded. I know.
Yes.
Tyler was on response.
Yeah, dude, people bite their tongues off. They smash their teeth. They destroy. Yep. For the freaks here, you ever eat salads on fly? I never have. I don't even think we can get that in America. I feel like I could break. Yeah, you can. Yeah. All right, sweater. Just decided one day not to be as good. Just like I was gonna lie to me, and I wanted to meet God, and I went for it. Jeez.
Responsive. The CT showed his brain swelling against his skull. The neurosurgeon used a word no parent should ever hear. Herniation. Dr. Hernandez sat with the family in a conference room. She asked background questions, things that might seem irrelevant. And then she asked something no other doctor had asked. Has Tyler been in any natural bodies of water recently? Lakes, ponds, hot springs? Linda blinked. We were at Lake Travis last week. He jumped in a lot. Dr. Hernandez went quiet. Her face changed. In a standard medical intake, there are 47 questions. None of them ask about swimming. It's just not something doctors think to ask. Dr. Hernandez could not explain why she thought of it. Years later, she would say it was a case study she read in residency, a footnote in a textbook, a sentence that lodged in her memory. Always ask about water exposure in unexplained meningoencephalitis. Most doctors forget that sentence. She did not. She rushed to the lab. She ordered a wet mount of Tyler's spinal fluid.
That's rude.
Not a gram stand, a wet mount. Looking for something alive. Rosa Martinez, the lab technician, placed the slide under the microscope, adjusted the focus. Bacteria would have been still. A viral sample would have looked like static. This was neither. Something was moving, not drifting, moving with purpose. She increased the magnification. It was an amoeba, a living organism, extending finger-like projections, reaching, grabbing, pulling itself across the slide, eating. Rosa had seen this creature in a textbook 20 years ago, next to a chapter most students skipped because the infection was too rare to matter. Naegleria fowleri, the brain-eating amoeba. Her hands were shaking when she picked up the phone. Dr. Hernandez, you need to see this, now. The call went to the CDC at 11:43 p.m. Primary amoebic meningoencephalitis, a disease so rare most doctors will never see a case. A disease so deadly that diagnosing it almost always means watching someone die. The drug arrived from Atlanta at 2:47 a.m. Miltefosine, the only medication with any chance of stopping it. The CDC keeps a small stockpile. There are never enough cases to justify making more. It was day 6. The survivors, all 5 since 1962, had been diagnosed by day 3. Tyler was 3 days behind. Since 1962, there have been 157 known cases in the United States. Only 5 survived. This is not
Okay, hold on. So read this for me. Between 1962 and 2024, there were 167 reported cases. Why did he say?
Tyler was 3 days behind. Since 1962, there have been 157 known cases in the United States. Only 5 survived. This is not a movie. This is epidemiology. The doctors worked through the night, cooling his body to 93 degrees, flooding his veins with drugs that might kill him anyway, fighting an organism that had been hunting for 50 million years. The protocol was experimental, induced hypothermia to slow the amoeba's metabolism, miltefosine to poison it, fluconazole and amphotericin to attack the cell walls. They were throwing everything they had at a creature that had never faced modern medicine before. The problem was, modern medicine had almost never faced it either. There was no playbook.
B12, vitamin B12. 5 years ago, I switched from taking ADHD drugs, doctors, to seeing if I had a B12 deficiency. When I started taking methylated B12, my ADHD turned into a superpower. Now I'm up all day. I go to bed at night. I sleep well. I can stream for hours, get my chickens taken care of, my freaking my gardening, my farm, my plants, everything. It absolutely. If you look up ADHD deficiency and B12 deficiency and ADHD symptoms, they match. And also look up B12 deficiency and ADHD, and it's just, and almost everywhere else in the world they treat ADHD with B12, but they want you on amphetamines for the rest of your life. For amphotericin. Young people have no idea what I did in my life. I take methylene blue, yes. How long before B12 goes? The day you take it, the hour, within an hour when you take it. It's not speed. It ain't nothing like that. It just you finally have energy and motivation throughout the day. If you're B12 deficient, you'll notice it in an hour if you take the sublingual stuff and methylated, so the body doesn't have to pre-process it. How does one know about adult ADHD? What do you mean? It's a checklist, right? I thought we meant so that's the problem. It's the checklist to see if you have ADHD is also the checklist to see if you're B12 deficient. But most kids, they don't figure you're B12 deficient, or they might be drinking like Monster energy drink that has cyanocobalamin in it. So if their blood is tested for it, they have regular levels of B12, but it's not a level. It's not a type of B12 that helps. It makes your pee blue. Yep. Natural sources of B12, eggs and beef, mainly beef. There you go. Lamb can attest to it. All right, Yogi. Reliable free ADHD. Check that. Yeah. You can do that, right? But look at the B12 deficiency test. It's the same thing. And fatigue, brain fog, problem sleeping, depression, anxiety, fidgetiness, all that stuff. Yeah, it's all B12 deficiency. Also, sign me up. Other than that, man, hell no.
Just desperation and hope. Day 12, his fever broke.
What up, nice
Day
guy?
18, he opened his eyes. He looked at his mother. He's back, Linda whispered. But the boy who looked back at her did not smile the way Tyler smiled, did not laugh the way Tyler laughed. Something was...
It's because most people that live in America eat foods that destroy our gut microbiome. So it can't absorb it from it. Our intestines are no longer absorbing the vitamins and minerals from our food how they should, because of a lot of things that make our food smooth and creamy, emulsifiers. They wash away our gut lining. My 14-year-old brother drinks that energy drink poison. Yeah, dude, you shouldn't. Get him on B12. If he needs energy like that, get him on B12, methylated B12. Check my website, 110thgrade.com. Oh, you looked earlier. Get him on it. Get him on it. Get it away from that crap.
Was missing behind his eyes. Weeks of testing revealed the damage, severe frontal lobe destruction, memory gaps spanning years, personality changes that would be permanent. The doctors called it a remarkable recovery because he was breathing on his own. But remarkable is a medical term. It does not mean whole.
40 years.
Tyler could not read more than a paragraph without forgetting the beginning. He could not tie his shoes without being reminded.
So they pick things before they're ripe, before they've gone through so plants grow a bunch of fiber and stuff to get to their size and shape, and then they go through a process of ripening where they turn into the vitamins and minerals that amino acids and whatnot. They're picked before they're ripe. And a lot of them, and they're artificially ripened in the grocery stores. So they do not have the vitamin and mineral profile, right? Thyroid, copper, low energy too. Yep, absolutely. Monoculture, yep. Do you sell any supplement to make for libido? I don't sell any supplements, but zinc is low libido, is low zinc and low B12, almost across the board. Hypothyroidism is a problem, right? Yeah. My parents are on desiccated bovine thyroid. Gotta let him find out on his own, homie. Yeah, hard-headed. Yep, the soil's done. Right. And the soil is supposed to have a bunch of stuff in it, not just phosphorus, and they just overload it with phosphor. Libido, sex drive. You can add nutrients to it. I get, but I what you mean.
How he would laugh at a joke and not remember laughing 5 minutes later. His mother showed him photos of his life, and he studied them like a stranger looking at someone else's family. Tyler survived, but the Tyler who jumped in the lake did not. His mother visits him every day now. She drives 40 minutes each way to the rehabilitation center. She holds his hand and tells him stories.
No, absolutely not. They're in the wrong ratios, always in the wrong ratios. So in order to make sure you get enough like vitamin D, vitamin K2, or vitamin B12, you'd have to take like 9 of them anyway. So it's better to take the what you need for sure in separate doses. Make sure you're getting a good amount of B12. Make sure you're getting a good amount of D3 and K2. And then the problem is once the vitamin and mineral deficiencies start, then the gut flora that also lives off of that die. And then they can't bring it across. So then you're just turning food into poop. You're not pulling nutrition out. If your farts stink really bad, you've got the wrong too much of the wrong kind of bacteria, and you're not getting as much nutrition out. Your farts shouldn't reek. They should smell funny. Be like, how did you fart? Not like, God, roll down the freaking window if you do that again. Walmart sells this stuff called Alaskan fish. I don't know if it's cod or what, but it'll make plants thrive. So people are paying for that. There's something that rich people are doing called a fecal transplant, where there's only 3% of Americans that can donate their poop for up to $180,000 a year. People selling their poop. And then people are getting it implanted in them with a big old syringe in their butt. Coley has 3 tiers of continent on the plant. Monoculture. At the lowest background gardens, mid-range plants you find wild because the strongest soil is fire. That's what I have. I grow here. It's like grinder up fish. Fox Farms makes great soil castings and stuff. They sell K2 vitamins. Not those vitamins. That's not good, brother. Jeez, if it smells like acetone, it sounds like low. It sounds like low magnesium, low magnesium, low phosphorus, which could mean high other compounds. People give poop to others that's messed up, and they buy it, right? Because listen, all of our intestines are screwed up. They've been giving us all kind of wacky ass food with wacky ass additives that destroy our gut. And then we all get sick, and then they're like, oh, well, you got ADHD. Here, take these pills and make sure you don't miss it. Oh, you're depressed. Take these pills and never go off of them. And it's usually vitamin deficiency that causes that. You guys sell some potent shit. Yes, we do. Yeah, it drove me crazy because I grow stuff and it would take the soil from the huge vegetation and work around here, digging it up, not for sure. Oh, yeah, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, yeah, because and alcohol causes you to pee a lot and poop a lot, too, so you're also not absorbing from your food what you should. My armpits smell fruity. What's going on? It suddenly started a few months ago. So that's going to be another bacteria in the armpit.
It's about who he used to be, about the saltwater aquarium.
Are you fat? You obese? If you're obese, it absolutely might be. It might be you're sweating out the sugar. Yes, for real. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the way they used to test for diabetes back in the day was by tasting the pee. Mr. Chill, poop smells like flowers.
About the swim team, about the ritual they had. 3 weeks after he woke up, Linda was helping him eat lunch. Mashed potatoes. He could not hold the spoon steady anymore. She got up to leave, reached the doorway, and stopped. Force of habit. I already miss you, she whispered. Tyler looked up. His face was blank. What? He said. He did not remember. You might be thinking, I will never swim in a lake. I will stay out of warm water. I will be safe. Here's what you do not know. In 2011, a woman in Louisiana filled her neti pot with warm tap water. 3 weeks later, she was dead. The amoeba was in the municipal water supply, in the pipes, in the hot water heater. You can avoid lakes, you can stay away from ponds, but can you stop using water from your own faucet? Here's what doctors now tell patients. If you use a neti pot, use distilled water, boiled water, sterile water. Never tap water.
And Muslims do that every day.
If you swim in warm, fresh water, hold your nose or use a nose clip. If you develop a severe headache days after swimming in a lake, tell the ER doctor exactly where you swam and when. Say the words, I need to rule out Naegleria fowleri. Most doctors will not think of it. You have to. 1 year before Tyler, a 12-year-old...
This is what I try to help people do. You have to understand that parasites are a thing and they're everywhere. They've been here from the beginning of time and they're not gone because you wash your hands. I knew drinking tap water made people stupid. It does. It absolutely does make people stupid. Yeah, no neti pots. Pool water is 30% human waste, and I'd probably say more than that. I got well water and the landlord sends water reports. That's good. I filter the hell out of my water. I've got a row pot and I've got a Berkey. Muslims blow it back out fast. Doesn't stay inside. Knows, right? Yeah, but hopefully, it doesn't take much. It's just something interesting to know that so if this one woman did it once and got one parasite that caused her problems, think about how many other parasites that don't kill you but that do cause an effect on your life. So my best friend right down the street here, he's a Muslim, and they've got boiled water that they use the next morning, which you gotta protect yourself. Even like I said, even coming out of tap water. So it's high time we should stop smelling our poop. Yeah. I drink. My friend's like $15K filter. Yeah, I got a pretty expensive filter. My next house is gonna have a whole house filter. Absolutely. Agree. What water is safe to drink? Bottled water, just boiled or distilled? Boiled water is going to be the best. Bottled water is usually just crap water. Most bottled water is just filled up from the municipal supply. They just have a filling station. They don't do anything to it. They just turn on the tap into their big tanks and then fill up the bottling line. It's just tap water in most bottled water, unless you get ones that say actual spring. But they're freaking, they're trying to do whatever they can to get as many dollars from you as they can. Check out a group. Muslims going to watch ritual. Yeah, I'm very familiar. Distilled water is safe because of acid battery. Because of acid batteries. Distilled water, but here, distilled water can pull toxins, it can pull minerals out of your body. So you want something balanced. Boil water won't get rid of heavy metals. No. Metals don't boil away, right? Reverse osmosis will just get everything. Yep. Basic chemistry is not basic anymore. Nope. The failure of Dasani in the UK. Drink Red 40.
Year-old girl in Arkansas dove into a water park pool. Same disease, same symptoms, same 3-day ER visit. But her doctor had just read an article about Naegleria fowleri. He ordered the wet mount on a hunch, got the diagnosis 48 hours earlier. Callie Hardig survived, full recovery. The difference was not skill, not equipment, not money. It was timing. 2 days, one question. If the ER doctor on day 3 had asked about swimming, if that question had been on the form, if anyone had connected the headache to the lake, Tyler Reeves might be starting his senior year right now. He might be applying to marine biology programs. He might remember his mother's face. Instead, he sits in a rehabilitation center in Austin relearning how to hold a spoon. Naegleria fowleri evolved when dinosaurs still walked the earth. It has survived every mass extinction. It has no predator, no competition. It just waits dormant in soil and water until conditions are warm enough.
So that's why in the UK they don't let you use tap water filled bottles. That's what Dasani is. Yeah. That's what Dasani is. Yeah, like most, all of that shit is just tap water, municipal supply. If you get bottled water that just says bottled water, it's just tap water. If it doesn't say what aquifer it's from, what artisanal freaking, then it's just bottled water. It's just bottled tap water. And check and smell it before you drink it. That stuff's whack.
Then it wakes up. You are not special to it.
No.
You are not its target. You are simply warm, wet, and careless enough to let water up your nose. The scariest predators do not have teeth. They do not have claws. They have patience. 50 million years of it. Next time you're at the lake and the sun is shining and the water looks clean, remember, you cannot see it. You cannot smell it. You cannot taste it.
Right here.
And the only thing between your brain and a 50 million year old predator is whether you hold your nose.
Every 3 months.
This is Diagnosis Glitch.
Every 3 months.
Hold your nose.
Spring
I'll see you in the next waiting room.
Yeah. Bottled water can be sitting outside in the sun. And in warehouses for a long time. Why is this Japan? Yeah, they have a lot. Do not touch it. The epidemiology is like 500 cases globally with 95% fatality rate. There's so many things that will kill you guys. So they're like that cheeseburger. Yeah, I agree. What up, Epic? Fluoride in the water is giving my son beach today's. I go to Switzerland on my private jet and drink spring water. Yeah, I wish I could. I'd like to go to Switzerland. David Off, cool butter. Peter Popoff. Let's see. Where did we go? Okay. Where did we go? Yeah, but if you got people you care about, listen, it's not expensive, it's cheap, and if you're feeling bad in any way, shape, or form, the first thing you want to do yourself before you go to the doctors, the hospital, stuff like that, is make sure you don't have any parasites. Dennis says fluoride is good for you. It's good for you to start to put. So good for you to start to put it in the water, right? Dude, I don't even give my dog that tap water. You can literally taste it and tell it ain't right. Yeah, no. My cat don't get it either. No. Absolutely not. Peanut butter and jealous. David offers cool water for a fragrance, I guess. Cool water. Peter Popoff. My cat gets the same water I drink. I have this thing called a row pot. It basically looks like a big coffee maker, but it pumps the water through 4 filters, and it measures the total dissolved solids coming in and going out, and then it puts it into a nice big glass pitcher, and then I have a Berkey pot, which is a gravity. You fill the top up with about 1.5 gallons of water, and it goes through 8 filters on the way down, and it stores it in the bottom. What's a man's perfume? I used to wear Drakkar back in the day. Miracle spring water drip on the teeth, just send it to boy. Internet gave us Power to self-research and check out every situation. Right, but most people don't. Most people don't. They've got all the knowledge for free, and they'll still go to a doctor and be like, why don't I feel good? And they'll be like, here's some antidepressants. Well, maybe I've got a vitamin deficiency. Well, you look okay. Your skin looks good. Yeah, it's all bull crap. Old Spice. Yeah, I think most people think that's the manly, like that musky scent. What up, Blue Sky? Dude, good info here. Oh, no, just ordered DoorDash. Dun, 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 dun. Cancer ain't manly. I use a clay pot for personal use. Clay pots. No, ChatGPT won't. No. You have to talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about and then know where to start the research from. And that's the problem. Please let patients come to me. Yes, bring him to Necromancer. Old Spice's Jerry Hallwell. Oh, shit, dude, I used to sign everyone up for that crap. Do you know they sent so much to that door to bong water at a time in the early 2000s? Yeah, sorry, Necromancer. I'm trying to keep everybody alive. Dude, people used to do nicotine enemas and coffee enemas. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. And alcohol enemas. Kill themselves a lot of times. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Okay. Oh, jeez, these people are crazy. All right, where are we at? It's 9 o'clock. Let's do this. You want to do seconds before disaster? Yeah, let's do seconds before disaster. Donald Trump is Jesus Christ. I am a messenger. People have been boofing. Yeah, I've seen people do that too. I've been in the movie industry for a lot of years. You can. No way. Too fat to poop. Sebi was legit. Yeah. That's why they... Yeah, he was legit. Too fat to poop. That's crazy. Donald Trump is too ugly to be the Lord Jesus. I agree with that. Gods are handsome. Worst death in history. Let's not watch that one. Jeez. Let's find something else. She's got some butt cheeks here. Don't act like you weren't pooping with Chris Pratt. I don't think so. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. It really is. And then every time boofed, it used to be amazing how many people thought the sword side dies in the dorm. Uh-oh. Damn. Something serious happened. Tupac lives in Necromancer's basement. No way. Yeah, lucky, dude. No, I don't eat breakfast. I wake up in the morning, I take a B12, I put it under my tongue. Then I make a coffee. I use creatine. Creatine, cocoa, collagen, coffee, sugar. Creatine, cocoa, coffee, collagen, sugar. Yeah, and that gets me good till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I eat one good dinner, and then I have a snack before bed. Yeah, but no, I don't eat breakfast at all. My whole life is different now that I don't do that. Richard would see a katana, realized it was up someone's butt, and actually be like, what the F? They sheathed it. Breakfast actually is propaganda. They wanted to start selling a third more food to everybody. If they could raise their sales by 33% just by telling people breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's not. Anyone be like, well, because listen, they also told everybody that food was energy, but it's not all food that's energy. It's all energy's in food, but food isn't energy. Intermittent fasting window should be more than 6 hours of what I do. I do more than that. Yes, every day. Like today we went out at like noon for my dad's birthday, so I don't like. it's not religious. I'm not like, no, absolutely not. But yeah, once a day, and a trap. Orange juice is propaganda. I like orange juice. Gang, they had big pieces of chicken and stuff. It was like, damn. It was like, they got a big back pocket. Propaganda is also good for the goose. Propaganda. Jeez. Avocado seed has flavonols. I listen. A lot of seeds are really good for you. A lot of them aren't. I really don't know about avocado, brother. Fruit without pulp, fiber is sugar syrup. Yep. That's exactly what it is. You don't want to eat fruit without pulp, right? Fruit juice ain't where it's at. The thing is the amount of vitamin C and stuff in oranges is good. I take my methylene blue with my orange juice and my quercetin and vitamin C. It's more not because the orange juice is so good for you. It's just that it's good with it. It's got vitamin C. It's got ascorbic acid in it and whatnot, and it helps other vitamins and minerals absorb if you're doing supplements, which you should do. Missing Katra and Brianna. I think Brianna's about to be at work. I only eat oranges and bananas for Brianna. Yeah. That's what I have here, bananas. Even organic juices and straight. No. It's just all sugar. And so many times it's from concentrate. You know, they just do a bunch of wackadoodle stuff to it. You're about to screw me up. I mean, brother, you need to drink whatever you can drink to get some sort of vitamins and minerals back in you, unless you really try to turn everything around. But yeah, if that's the only way you're getting vitamin C and stuff, then yeah, don't stop. Don't not drink it. Alex Jones is your supplement dealer? Does he sell supplements? I don't even watch Alex Jones. I gotta get. I heard he's over now too. It's education, not screwing you up. Yep, I agree. Sex is good for health, but if you inject minerals like selenium, yeah, you need to keep your selenium. Yeah, I'm learning. That's what I do every single day. I try to learn a dozen things every day. Oh, good thing you got out of that way. Oh, jeez. No, I was saying I thought if I juice fruit. No, yes. That's fine, yeah. Especially if you don't strain the pulp out of it. And it's all over the radio.
These shots from Taiwan show a giant dust storm caused by a strong earthquake. A huge chunk of the mountainside collapsed in a landslide, kicking up this cloud.
That's a big cloud. You better put your COVID masks on, people. Here comes a cloud. Ghee, good cholesterol for brain. Yes, ghee is very good for you. Yeah, ghee's good. I use ghee. I use ghee and I use tallow. That's the only two things I really cook well. And coconut oil. Yeah, no, get yourself. Yeah, take care of it. Take care of it. I thought you were about to say that if you took it every day. Bit of a fruity undertone in the chat tonight. Fruity undertone, like 4 a.m. I wake up, take a swig of water. Albert. Yeah, that's fine. No, it ain't great. It's not. You probably need the sugars and stuff, especially considering the shit, like you're still on a medical rebound. But if you're just talking about like, oh, I drink a gallon of apple juice a day, no, that ain't working into it. But it's like a treat. You should be drinking water.
This guy was unbelievably lucky to get out in time because someone had forgotten a lighter in a piece of clothing.
That ain't no lighter blowing up like that. Jeez. What kind of lighter blew out the windows?
This elderly woman was lucky to have such sharp instincts. The moment she sensed danger approaching, she moved away.
Yep.
Just in time, as a massive boulder came crashing down the mountain, reducing part of her house to dust and rubble.
Yeah. Like a propane lighter. I use tallow. Yamocha. Got out of there in the nick of time. See, man, I ain't gonna say. Just gonna get out of the hospital. I have pancreatitis, right? I wasn't gonna. If you prompted, I got no problem saying. I don't care what you're not gonna do. Okay, all right, cool. All right. Oh, no freaking way.
Esto sí es historia. Vivo, ahora sí has firmado tú algo grande en tu vida. Yo sabía que este momento me iba a llegar. ¿Viste eso?
Cranberry juice. Well, that stuff's good stuff too. Okay. All right, put it in on everything I eat. What? Olive oil? I've got some good olive oil, but I cook with tallow. What'd I miss? I missed it. Yeah. He was in the stream. I got you, olives right here. He was in the stream while he was in the hospital, and we were looking up what happens to your vitamin and mineral profile when you have pancreatitis, and it says, oh, this is a shitload of low vitamins and minerals. And he asked the nurse and the doctor, can I get a vitamin deficiency test? And they say, no, you look healthy to me. He's laying in there. They were about to cut his pancreas out of him, and they told him that he looked healthy and he didn't need a vitamin test. That shit's so crazy. I've seen patients, the pain they go through. A lot of pain. A cocaine bong canister to poop, DMT canister explosive. But alcohol is where it landed me there, I won't lie. I just went through a horrible divorce, damn near unalived myself. Man, pain, haven't found that out. Yeah, brother. Coke is really Moorish. Yep.
A storm swept through Missouri in spring 2021, leading to severe flooding.
How do you pronounce
the drainage system simply couldn't cope with the volume of water. Fortunately, the preschool teachers were able to evacuate the kids to a safe place.
I troll and say silly shit, but I'm not insane. Yeah, I don't want you to die either, brother. Kipper. Love you, brother. Don't want you dead. Uh-oh. Jeez. Jeez. That just freaking smacked him in the skull. Is that a bear? It's a bear.
It was 3 in the morning when a bear wandered into a roadside store. Luckily, it was after snacks, not the clerk sleeping inside.
He's sleeping. He's like, what the hell is going on? He grabbed his phone.
By the time the terrified employee called the police, the animal had already
Doctors
left.
are sadistic, counting that does bring the insurance checks there in Pamela Anderson's jacuzzis. Bear was looking for some snacks. Oh, the weight of all the bears leaving made the wires touch. Yeah, don't pet it. You'll send him to necromancer. Bullets everywhere in my walls. Bullet walls.
Yeah.
Jesus. He almost made it to the tunnel.
Heavy rain triggered a rock slide on this road. The driver narrowly avoided crashing into massive boulders. Twice.
Damn. Jeez.
ये पंडो कॉलोनी रोड
Man, that like took out that
अभी
road.
ये जो दरार आई है और कुछ ही देर में ये रोड यहाँ से
Almost. He's from North Carolina.
देखो
Oh, there goes your road. Damn.
My God.
Native American.
ये Oh my God.
Oh my God.
आंखों के सामने सामने अभी
He is a rough diamond. He is. A diamond in the rough. Have you ever seen the face of some of those bears? They got ever see the faces on some of those bears? They're like, got any beer? Beer bears?
What is that animal?
Yes. When I was doing music, when I was in the, yes, I absolutely considered it. This is a good person. I just smoke a lot nowadays.
Itu dubunya begitu. Bita 100%, dubu bita 100%.
Strong return. No way.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's gonna be expensive. My ass is broken. Smells like something died. Yeah, probably did. I do recall it. Gotta get off that dromedary. I wouldn't put that on your Tinder bio. Yeah, it'd probably work actually. Chicks are nuts. Oh, that's gonna be expensive. Now he puts it in reverse. Leave Peter B alone. Oops, what we got going on here, guys? That's probably not a good idea. He's gonna rip that tire right off. What are you gonna do? The driver's still in there. Bear butts? Nah, nobody's fighting now. We all good. Oh God, he almost, look at that. He almost speared him.
This drive along the mountain road turned into a nightmare. Fortunately, the driver noticed something was wrong in time and stayed safely inside a tunnel.
Can you imagine waiting for that to collapse on you? Jeez, that was scary as hell. I've been thinking, I've seen someone biking, get a log through their leg, didn't even realize they saw it, man. Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah. You know exactly what's gonna happen here. Damn, right between them. Yes. The San Andreas fault. Yeah, absolutely. Anything I recommend. Yes, K2, D3 and K2. Look. So D3 takes calcium out of the intestines into the bloodstream. K2 takes it out of the bloodstream and puts it into the teeth. Teeth, jaw, and everything. One of the biggest reasons for like osteoporosis, for teeth problems, for tooth plaque, if you've got plaque on your teeth, that's from low K2. Your gums are trying to put calcium into your teeth, but you don't have enough K2 for it to be absorbed in, so it stays there on the outside. Yeah, and so that's just a sign. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Here. Vitamin K2 and teeth. Vitamin K2 essential for dental health. It activates proteins like osteocalcin that guides calcium into teeth and bones, promoting remineralization and structural strength. By directing calcium away from soft tissues and into tooth enamel, K2 works with D3 to prevent tooth decay and support jawbone density. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Last inmate. Like games played Dwayne. I've done a lot of Dwayne the Rock Johnson movies. Yep. You were my silly, bro. Lambs in the UK. Yeah. You got it, brother. Good. How you doing, Rodolfo, brother? From Scotland? Scotland? Oops. Let me close some of these things down. There we go. Yeah, brother. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, most dental issues are from low K2. Most dental issues. The reason that the cavities don't get little and then get remineralized is because you don't have enough K2 to fill the hole back in. It's when it's microscopic. This phone's mean, boy. Oh yeah, one of the best things. Make sure you take enough. If it's a multivitamin. Right, if you have a multivitamin, it's going to be too low. It's going to be too low. You're going to need to add to it. Yeah, acid reflux, right. So when the acid messes your teeth up, the night that you sleep, your teeth should be, the microscopic layer of teeth that's been dissolved off should be remineralized. But if you have low K2, for the time you have acid reflux, they won't remineralize the areas that need to be remineralized. Oops. Somebody forgot to strap that. Brother, get yourself some K2, and in a couple of weeks, you won't need Sensodyne. Give it a try. It's so... Reducing tooth sensitivity by regulating remineralization. This is what happens. This is what you need. You're going to need it. Reflex. The reflex. Oops. So you can get crap off of your teeth, like instead of brushing, you can do what's called oil pulling with coconut. But at the molecular level, you need the vitamins and minerals. This freaking guy.
Hello, everyone. Kicking a 3-part 14.
Fellas, I'm just saying what I did. My dentist had me do for decades. Yeah, right. Get on the K2 and you won't need it.
Three good times. Subscribe my YouTube channel, follow my TikTok, and skip every video you want to see next. I've got to go now. Bye.
This freaking guy, dude. Jeez, oh freaking wheeze. Yeah, that was the crayon eating homie. What's she wearing? Oh, I thought that was a skirt. Millhouse, too much D3 will cause calcium to sit in the blood. That's why you need K2. That's exactly right. Right, hardening of the arteries, all that is low K2. You have calcium because D3 puts calcium in the blood and then it'll just circulate around in the blood. But what is it doing in the blood? It's trying to get transported to where it needs. But when it gets to where it needs to get, how does it get out of the bloodstream? K2 takes it out of the bloodstream and puts it into what you need. Semper Fi, memory. Hello, Netanyahu. Let's see what this freaking guy's got to say. No, again?
Tree part 15, let's get it. Kick that tree, boom, down there. Subscribe my YouTube channel, follow my TikTok, and skip every day.
Jesus. It looks like oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. No way. He's gonna hit by a train. Okay, so I hit the tracks. The train coming from the other direction. No way. No way. Jesus, dude. Nope. Oops. You can tell by his toofs. The faster we stop running, the better. I feel bad for him. The smell. Uh-oh. Clean that up. That's a lot of paper, boy. That's a lot of paper to smash that truck. Yep. And that car. The smell of my mistake. Of your mate. Smelly. You need a freaking bidet. You need to smell of the smell. You need a bidet.
มีลมไปหมดเลยอ่ะวุ้บไปหมดเลยอ่ะอุ้ยไปหมด
Yeah, I'm gonna steal something for him. Same one. That looks like a rough bridge, boy. Look at that thing. I do too, brother. I do too. But it's like also have this take Steve what's less what you want to choose the J's when you have some great shit like don't use cancerous TP. I tried it once, felt like being violated. Yeah, you got the pressure too high, B. You got the pressure too high. Car, man. I get it, it's all for you. That's it. Yeah, you got it turned up too high. Looking at somebody's house. Oof. Gay OF. Americans use TP because we're dirty and uneducated. Right. No, absolutely. And they want to save the water. They don't want they're covering a lot of the water costs, so they want to use least water as possible. This is why they have the low flush toilets and stuff, and they don't want us using water for bidets. Cheap bathrooms, wipes without bidets is cheaper. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Right. And the water bill's lower. Think about public bathrooms. If they had bidets and stuff, people would freaking use water to flush, the water to clean. All right, let's see. This is driving me crazy. Let's find something different here. Let's see. Where am I going back here at? What was it called again? Where was it? The most dumb criminals. I tested quicksand myths. 84 circus freaks that were banned. Oh, jeez. Bent and choked. Most brutal human deaths. Jesus. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it doesn't get you cleaning your butthole. It just gets you sharpened. Bungholes. Joe Bidet. Yeah, it does clean it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Paper just smears it. Yeah. No way. Look at this freaking thing. I had an open mind. Get comfortable with your sexuality. It's that prison life. That prison life. Look at that freaking. Look at these guys. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it's getting wild. Extra tire. Man, there's not even any. That's for a trailer. Oh, come on. They're just welding a bunch of shit together. Passive repression. You best put down that computer, Carl. I'm feeling romantical. I'm only gay for y'all. This is going to be a little more exciting. Let's find something better. Let's find something better. Let's find something better. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go history. Let's go here. Let's go back here. Diagnosis glitch.
Into a clinic.
Jeez. There we go. Freud would have a full study.
Fluids and rest. They sent him home. 3 days after that, his skin turned yellow, he stopped producing urine, and he started coughing blood. This is diagnosis glitch. Marco Reyes was 29 years old, physical therapist in San Diego, California. Born in the Philippines, moved to the U.S. when he was 6. His parents still called him by his childhood name, Marco. His mother sent Balakbian boxes to her sisters in Manila every December. Rice, Spam, American chocolates. Marco went back to Manila once a year. Every August, same week, same flight, same Tito picking him up at Ninoy Aquino in a dented silver van with no air conditioning and a rosary hanging from the mirror. He stayed with his aunt and uncle in Marikina. Concrete blockhouse, 2 stories, painted mint green. The street flooded every monsoon season. Everyone knew it. Sandbags by the door in July, removed in November. Flooding was not an emergency, it was a season. Marco loved it. He loved the noise, the karaoke at midnight, the Sorry store on the corner.
Sorry.
His cousin's kids climbing on him the second
he
walked
does seem like it, dude.
His mother always called
sure
the night
does
before he
seem
left.
like it.
Do not walk in the flood, Marco. He always said the same thing. Ma, I grew up there. You grew up here. Your immune system grew up here. He always laughed. Remember what she said. Remember what he said back. Because only one of them is going to walk out of this story the same way they walked in. Late July 2024, Typhoon Karina had just passed through Luzon. The monsoon it dragged behind it had drowned Metro Manila. Marco landed 2 days after the storm. The airport was functioning, the highways were mostly clear, but when Tito Jun drove into Marikina, the water started rising at the car doors. By the time they turned onto the residential street, the van could not go further. They parked on a raised section near a basketball court and walked. The water was up to Marco's waist, warm, brown.
Enough.
It smelled like wet
Enough.
concrete.
Hey,
and something
Professor, do you
organic
know where
underneath.
there are 1 million
Something that looked like a bloated body of a cat floated
I did
past.
not know that.
Tito Jun carried the
not know
suitcase
that.
on his shoulder. Marco carried his nephew's school backpack, which his aunt had asked him to bring from San Diego. The water
I do
was
too.
not clean.
I do too.
It was
That's why you got
biologically loaded.
divorced. You got divorced.
15 million rats live in Metro Manila. During floods, their urine mixes with backed up sewers, animal waste, and standing
Here you
water.
go. Rats.
Among the bacteria
Rats.
is a spirochete called leptospira, corkscrew shaped. It can drill through intact skin. It does not need a wound. It enters through your eyes, your nose, your mouth, or any microscopic abrasion. The kind caused by a shoelace rubbing against a wet ankle for 20 minutes.
Jeez.
Marco was wearing rubber sandals. His feet and legs were submerged for
All
the
right,
entire
basketball,
walk.
man.
He had a small
You gotta
blister
get
on his
into it
right
like
ankle
that.
from the flight. A tiny opening. That was all the bacteria needed. He did not feel anything enter. 9 days later, a Friday morning, Marco woke up at 3 a.m. drenched in sweat, the kind of fever that
when you
arrives
got a
all
bug
at
in
once.
you.
Not the gradual build of a cold, a wall of heat. His temperature was 103.8. His head felt like it was being compressed. His calves ached so badly he could barely stand. He made it to the bathroom, turned on the light, looked in the mirror. His eyes were red, both of them. Not bloodshot the way eyes get when you're tired or hungover. The entire white surface of each eye was a deep, vivid, uniform red, like the blood vessels behind the surface had all dilated at once. No itching, no discharge, no crusting, just red. He stared at himself. Something about it looked wrong in a way he could not name. His aunt made him ginger tea. His uncle said it was dengue. Everyone gets dengue during the rains. Drink coconut water, sleep. By 10 a.m., the headache was so severe that Marco asked to go to a clinic. His cousin drove. The clinic was on Bayan Banayan Avenue. Small, fluorescent lights. 3 other patients waiting with fevers. The doctor had already seen 40 febrile patients that week. He examined Marco, noted the high fever, the red eyes, the muscle pain. He ran a rapid NS1 antigen test for dengue.
What up, Cheryl?
The NS1 test detects a protein.
Listen, I've only gone through like about an hour of them. There's a lot of really cool shit. But I don't have an opinion yet. This guy is going the other way. I recall space being my silly. Yeah, that's what I think too. Distractions, but I don't have an opinion on if there's actually any good data in there or not. But yeah, it's definitely a distraction. Floating wackadoos. Can you still go back?
Specific to dengue virus. It is the standard frontline diagnostic in the Philippines during monsoon season. There is one problem. The test can cross-react with leptospira antigens. In one study of patients who tested borderline positive for dengue, 60% actually carried leptospira when more specific testing was performed. Marco's NS1 came back borderline positive. During an active outbreak in a country where dengue kills hundreds of people every year, a borderline positive is treated as a positive. The doctor did not hesitate. Dengue, very common right now. Drink 2 to 3 liters of fluids a day.
Hologram alien invasion. Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be alien holograms projected from drones. Take me serious, ma'am. I assure you. Upwards.
Those thin the blood, and dengue can cause bleeding. Rest, come back in 5 days if you're not improving. Marco pointed at his eyes. But the eyes look bad. Is this normal for dengue? For dengue, yes. The redness will clear as the fever breaks. Here's the thing. The redness in Marco's eyes was not dengue. It was conjunctival suffusion, a specific pattern of vascular engorgement with no discharge, no pus, no crusting. It is the single most important clinical sign that separates leptospirosis from dengue at the bedside. It is in every tropical medicine textbook. It's the one finding that should stop a doctor from writing dengue and sending a patient home. The doctor did not write leptospirosis. He did not test for it. He wrote dengue and told Marco to rest. Every instruction he gave was correct for dengue, and every instruction was catastrophically wrong for what Marco actually had. Dengue treatment is supportive, fluids and rest. There is no antiviral.
Yep, doctor's an idiot.
Leptospirosis treatment is urgent IV antibiotics. Doxycycline, penicillin, ceftriaxone. They must be started early. Every hour of delay allows the bacteria to multiply and destroy the lining of the blood vessels throughout the body. Marco went home with paracetamol. The bacteria was unchallenged. Here's what leptospirosis does when nobody stops it. The bacteria are shaped like corkscrews. They drill into the cells that line every blood vessel in your body and break them apart. Fluid leaks out. Blood cells leak out. The immune system overreacts. The body's own defense response amplifies the damage. 3 organs fail at once. Doctors call it Weil's disease. The kidneys go first. Urine output drops, then stops. The body begins poisoning itself with its own waste. The liver goes next. Bilirubin floods the bloodstream. The skin turns yellow, not the faint jaundice of a hangover, a deep alarming yellow that progresses over hours. The whites of the eyes go from red to yellow. And then the lungs. The capillaries rupture. The tiny sacs where oxygen enters your blood fill with blood instead. The patient starts coughing, not mucus, blood. The lungs are drowning from the inside. From the onset of pulmonary hemorrhage to death can be as fast as 48 hours. Even with intensive care, more than half do not survive. Tito Jun walked through the same water. So did the neighbors. So did the kids on the block. 90% of leptospirosis infections are mild or go unnoticed. The 10% that turn severe depend on the strain, the immune response, and an entry point. A cut, a scrape, a blister from a shoe rubbing against a wet ankle. The children on that block had waded through monsoon water since they could walk. Their immune systems had built a quiet resistance. Marco had grown up in San Diego. His body had never seen this organism. He had the blister, he had no immunity, and everything described above was happening inside his body while he drank coconut water and rested. Day 3 after the clinic, a Tuesday morning. Outside, the street had its usual rhythm. A rooster, a broom on wet concrete, a jeepney horn in the distance. The same sounds as every August of his life. He walked to the bathroom at 5 a.m., turned on the light, caught his reflection under the fluorescent bulb. His skin was wrong. His arms, his chest, his face, a color he did not have a word for. Not tan, not pale, yellow-brown, like old newsprint. He turned on every light in the bathroom. The yellow got worse. He looked at his eyes. 3 days ago, they were red. Now the color had shifted. The white of each eye was no longer red. It was yellow. A deep, sickly yellow that looked like the color had been injected underneath the surface. He had not urinated since the previous afternoon. He reached for his phone, not to call an ambulance, to Google what this was, because 3 days ago a doctor told him it was dengue, and dengue does not do this. His cousin found him on the bathroom floor 20 minutes later. He was shaking. His temperature was 104.6. When he coughed, there was blood on his hand. They drove to Philippine General Hospital, one of the largest public hospitals in the country. The receiving area was full. Monsoon season. The triage nurse looked at Marco's eyes and skin and stopped. When did the jaundice start? This morning. They told me 3 days ago it was dengue. She paged the attending before she finished charting. Dr. Santos, infectious disease, 12 years at PGH. She had seen this every monsoon season since she started. She looked at Marco's eyes. She looked at his skin. She pressed on his calves, and he flinched. Did you wade through floodwater in the last 2 weeks? Yes, when I arrived, 9 days before the fever. Was it above your knees? It was at my waist. She turned to the resident. Start IV, ceftriaxone. Draw for leptospira, IgM, CBC, creatinine, Bill Bryan, LFTs, ABG. I need a chest x-ray, and I need it now. She looked at Marco. This is not dengue. This is leptospirosis. The bacteria entered your body through the floodwater. They've been in your blood for nearly 2 weeks. We need to start antibiotics immediately. Marco stared at her. They tested me. They said it was dengue. The rapid dengue test can produce a false positive when the actual infection is leptospira. The symptoms overlap almost completely. This happens every monsoon season, every year. She paused. The difference is that dengue has no treatment. Leptospirosis does, and you have not received it. Marco spent 14 days in the ICU at Philippine General Hospital. His kidneys failed. He required dialysis 3 times. His bilirubins turned his skin and eyes a deep amber. His chest x-ray showed bilateral infiltrates. The hemorrhage had started, not enough to drown him, enough that every cough tasted like copper and the oxygen mask never came off. At one point, his oxygen saturation dropped to 83%. The team prepared for intubation. His cousin was on the phone with Marco's mother in San Diego, who could not get a flight until the next morning. He stabilized slowly. The kidneys recovered by day 9. The liver normalized. The hemorrhage stopped. On day 12, Marco sat up in bed for the first time. His mother was in the chair next to him. She had been there for 4 days. She had not eaten a full meal since she arrived. He walked through the flood, she said. Not a question. Marco looked at the IV in his arm, the oxygen line still in his nose, the dialysis catheter that had only been removed that morning. Everyone walks through the flood, Ma. Tito June walked through it. The kids on the block walked through it. Nobody got sick. Nobody told you what is in the water. He is quiet for a while. The doctor at the clinic said it was dengue. He tested me. He said it was dengue and told me to rest. His mother did not respond. She reached over and straightened the blanket across his legs the way that she had done when he was small and sick with the flu in their apartment in National City. You told me not to walk in it, Marco said. Every year you said the same thing every time I left.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Those are
and
all
I said
right.
I grew up there. She looked at him. You did not grow up there, Marco. You grew up here. Marco Reyes lives in San Diego. He went back to work 3 months after he was discharged. He tells people he was hospitalized in Manila for a bad infection.
Yeah,
he does not say the word leptospirosis because nobody knows what it means, and explaining it takes longer than the conversation.
The fake freaking boob world that we live in now, man. You know, I appreciate some small boobs. Melissa June Hart.
Oh, right, yeah. He still goes to Manila every August.
Yeah,
his mother still calls the night before he leaves. She still says the same thing. Do not walk in the flood, Marco. Does not laugh anymore. He says, I know, Ma, I know. Marco knows what was in the water now. That makes him the exception. In 2024, the Philippines recorded 4,575 cases of leptospirosis and 393 deaths. In 2025, cases surged 43% higher. After Typhoon Karina alone, San Lorenzo Hospital reported 7 deaths in 5 days. In Typhoon Ondoy in 2009, 178 people died of leptospirosis across Metro Manila. And every monsoon season, the same thing happens. Patients arrive with fevers, clinics test for dengue, the test comes back positive, the doctor says rest and hydrate, and some of those patients go home and die because what they had was not dengue. The Philippine Department of Health has a name for this problem. The acronym WILD. I have not Waterborne illness, influenza, leptospirosis, dengue. 4 diseases that present identically after floods. They named the confusion, and every monsoon it keeps killing people. If you are in the Philippines or anywhere in Southeast Asia or anywhere a flood has mixed with standing water and sewage and you wade through it and days later you develop a sudden high fever with red eyes and calf pain, do not accept a diagnosis of dengue without further testing. Go to a hospital and say these words. I need to be tested for leptospirosis and dengue. Not just dengue, both. A rapid dengue test alone is not enough. Leptospira can trigger a false positive. The 2 diseases look almost identical, but only one of them requires antibiotics, and only one of them will destroy your kidneys, your liver, and your lungs if nobody starts treatment in time. The difference between Marco walking out of Philippine General Hospital and being carried out of it was one doctor who asked the right question 3 days too late. The scariest thing about this disease is not the floodwater. It's not the bacteria, it's the other disease. The one the test says you have. The one that makes the doctors stop looking, because the moment the chart says dengue,
Ma'am, what you need to do is edit your video and get rid of the copyrighted material. Why don't you just edit it and put a different song in it? Ask AI to do it. Can't you do song replacement in the YouTube Studio app?
Nobody searches for what's underneath it, and what is underneath it is the thing that kills you. A mother told her son not to walk through the flood. He said he grew up there. He did not grow up there, and the water did not care where he grew up.
Yes,
this is diagnosis glitch.
Yes, 100%.
I'll see you in the next waiting room.
Absolutely do. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely they do. Listen. If a woman thinks you're attractive the way you think another woman's attractive, they look at you the same way. A woman looks at a man that she's attracted to the same way a man looks at a woman that he's attracted to. But most women are not attracted to most men. I know how many female friends tell me the truth. Yep. Yeah. Me female in truth. At 3 a.m. they do. Right. Oh, jeez. All right, let's check this out. Right.
Filing teeth, stealing cars.
Right. But attraction's still the
for
same.
a whole
It's just that most men can find attraction in most women. Most women can't find attraction in most men because we're not the same, right? They hate it when you all day and your phone rings saying, right, when they're around their friends, they hate you. Right, but when they're by themselves, they're like, hey, I was just joking earlier, by the way. I'll buy my own Uber and I'll bring wine before 3 a.m. Yeah. Don't use that stuff. Don't use dating apps. They're just, listen, they're as long as you don't look inbred or fat, you're all right. School love was the best. Old school love, I agree, yeah. My standards. Do you think number stations clips would be okay as long as I ditch the YouTube? Yeah.
Buckle up for some of the dumbest, weirdest, and downright dangerous trends to ever come out of TikTok. Back in 2019, a disgusting new trend reared its ugly head. People would film themselves going into grocery stores, then take a tub of ice cream out of the freezer, lick the inside, and put it back on the shelf. This was the hashtag ice cream challenge, and the most, or should I say, moist infamous case of them all happened in a Walmart in Lufkin, Texas, when a young woman did this.
Oh, you foul. Put it back.
This video quickly went viral, amassing over 11 million hate-filled views. Incensed viewers called for the woman to be found and punished, dubbing her the Lufkin Licker. If caught, she could have faced charges of food tampering, earning a $10,000 fine and 20 years in prison.
Good.
Bluebell Ice Cream, whose product had just been licked, assured customers that the tainted tub had been disposed of. But fearing the culprit may strike again, local police started keeping watch on the freezers in the store. Okay, these silly cops were just posing for a joke, but people's outrage was very real. Eventually, the world's wish was granted, and the Lufkin Licker was caught. Did she get served up a cool scoop of justice? Afraid not. At the time, the woman was a juvenile, so she couldn't be named or sentenced as an adult, avoiding all fines and prison times. Now, sorry guys, as for what happened to her partner in crime, the boyfriend who reported the act, all I could find was that his case was being looked at, and as an adult, he could potentially face charges. I hope he gets his just desserts.
And I work with a lot of adolescents.
Excuse me.
I used to tell them girls to give sex for love.
Man, there's no way I could do what these next constipated clods did. It all began on the 1st of July, 2020, when TikToker OKCron posted a video with the simple caption, Day 1 of No Poop July.
I feel like I'm going to have to move to a different country on a server and wait for something.
Why? I have so many questions.
Yeah, bro,
well,
listen.
OKCron kept up with the...
I'm not even in the game at all. In the next 3 years, 2.5 years, I'm building what I'm building. I've got a bunch of projects going on. I'm gonna do all that, and then the girls that I meet in where I get myself to, I'll go from there. I'm not just freaking getting on dating apps. I'm not interested. I sit down every day, well, at least 3 times a week. I get Discord DMs. Hey, can you get Snapchat? No, boy, them girls were on live. You should. Yeah, I'm not right. Because the thing is, a lot of people, they don't just want sex. They want more, and they're willing to give sex to try to get more. And then when they don't get more, they go crazy. I'm not even trying right now, and anyone around me is all right, yeah. Get yourself a daughter. Girls that want to be entertained, if you don't keep them entertained, they don't want you. That's right. A daughter and a dog. We women are nuts. We women are nuts. Ain't no way we should be that. we with each other. No, listen, 75%, 75 to 80% of all lesbian relationships end in divorce, and 90% of those willing to answer says they're interpartner violence. So the most violent relationships on earth are woman-woman. You just got to feel them out. You know, when you click with one, I'm a mess. Yeah, that's if you're willing to go through 1,000 of them. I ain't doing that again. Everybody wants some can. What up, freak? Screw it. Let's be real. Yeah, it'd be rough these days, man.
Challenge for the next 30 days, posting clips that showed him getting increasingly tense and sweaty. And for anyone interested in taking on the challenge themselves, he even posted tips on how to win. Some dared challenge him. But don't worry, OK Kron fans. With each new video, OK Kron gained more attention, and soon thousands of people started joining the trend. Finally, August 1st rolled around, and OK Kron announced that against all odds, he'd won No Poop July. But the fame and glory wasn't enough. The challenge returned the following 2 years with the hashtag #NoPoopJuly, gaining more than 130 million views on TikTok and even catching news headlines. With more people taking notice, TikTok flagged OK Kron's videos, warning viewers not to participate in the challenge. So what do doctors say about all this? Unsurprisingly, not clapping for a month is very bad for gastrointestinal health. By holding it all in, you could end up with constipation.
Right. So, and this is the thing. This is the thing. I used to be out there all the time, bands and whatnot, all over the place, out and about all the time. I was always in groups. If you're just trying to find somebody that's female or just trying to find somebody that's male, that's not enough. There's got to be something going on. So in business setup, if I find somebody that's also trying to build a business and we say, hey, why don't we put our talents together, and then if that turns into love or something, then cool. But I'm not just trying to turn sex into something. My ex is where you are. She was fluffy. You can cuddle with an adult woman. It's not related to you. Hey, hey man, I'm talking to the fellas. Not to be hate, but be honest, bro. That's a big boned, fluffy as in too soft.
Hemorrhoids and fecal impaction. That's hard, crusty poop you can't push out. But here's the thing. If you hadn't guessed by now, No Poop July is a joke. OK Kron and his copycats weren't actually holding it in for a month. The videos are just him pulling stupid, sweaty faces for a laugh.
No Poop July, bro. Did you fail? Be real. Yeah, obviously.
Regardless, OK Kron had managed to turn No Poop July into an annual event. In 2024, he even released a trailer for the challenge with a bonus. He'd be raising money to donate toilet rolls, diapers, and wipes to charities, something that extended into 2025. Or at least some goods come out of it. Now, if you're thinking of trying this out for real, know that if you've got a healthy gut, it's nearly impossible to complete, never mind stupidly dangerous. The poop's going to come out, whether you want it to or not. Don't I know it?
Tim Cheese.
One thing's for certain, nothing's better than swigging back an ice-cold beer. But rather than pouring it down their throats, some dumbos have started pouring it down their bodies. What a waste of beer. This is beer tanning. In 2023, it became one of the latest beauty fads to trend on TikTok, with the beer tan tag racking up over 200K views.
I might be 21 by now.
Videos encouraging folks to douse their bodies in beer while sunbathing, rather than using tanning lotion or sunscreen spread across the platform like wildfire. The TikTokers responsible claim beer is better because the sugars and acids in the mix can help darken the skin and get that sun-kissed glow. However, before you jump on the Sun Lounger with a Budweiser, I got some bad news for you. there's not a dribble of evidence to support this. Crucially, beer doesn't contain anything to protect the skin from harmful UV radiation. So lathering yourself in the stuff before going out will only increase your risk of premature aging and skin cancer.
Now, what was done is beer companies decided that they could do this as a marketing ploy to get people that wouldn't normally drink or buy anything to drink to go to the beach now, or to be like, oh, I'm going to do a TikTok and I'm going to go, and now so I've got to buy some beer. And that's what happens. That's how influence works. If Sabrina said, jeez. I'm going to be high, ain't going to lie. I mean, I'm in the same boat as my friend. I'm 59 on top of it all. I don't think we're wired to look for a mate at this age. I don't think we are either. Listen. The thing is, you have to understand we're humans. Most mating most mating is for child rearing, is for making babies. And after we get past that point, it's really tough, because you ask people, especially nowadays, to invest their time, their money, and whatever they've got left over to live on for the rest of their life, especially like at retirement. To be like, okay, if I get married and we break up, I got to go back to work, and it's like, it's a really big risk. At least if you get kids out of it, and it's early enough to restart life. But later on in life, yeah. And then also it's like, listen, girls, especially girls, have to know that marriage licenses, marriage certificates, state marriage has a prenup clause in it already. It's just written by the state. So when you say, let's write a prenup, I'm like, you don't love me. No, I don't love the state. So like that, and I'm not gonna marry somebody that doesn't understand that. I don't either, because I love too hard, not selling for anything I'm not happy with. Need a woman that looks like Rich. Being honest, Beyonce is top notch. Shakira. Even if we can have great, I'm good. I can't laugh and get along good. Right? You're not having sex 24/7. You're not. What are you gonna do when you're not having sex? That's the thing. You can't use sex as a freaking as a litmus test. It's not how relationships work, but we're taught that it does, because the people teaching you are the pimps that want to pimp out their hoes, that want to sell their dating apps. I would like a guy to have to do it. I would like, yeah, you have to. What else? It's got to be based on something. I mean, I know it sounds bad, at least I'm honest. Hella busy, I only have time to say, all right, John, brother. How you doing, brother? I just want a mate, man. Get a mate. Yeah, get a mate. Hey, goddess account me as Selma Hayek. Yeah, Selma Hayek's pretty, but this is the thing. You gotta find somebody that's doing what you're interested in doing. Like hobbies and stuff is a number one priority. If you want to meet somebody, you need hobbies. And church and bar aren't enough either, because you're not going to be praying all day and talking about praying all day, and you're not going to be drinking all day. And then when that stuff has to stop, there's got to be something left behind. I've had lots of date girls that I've dated that were just met at the bar drinking, out partying, drinking, and then when the drinking had to stop, I was like, you suck as a person. Like that's all you want to do is go drinking more. And like, so it's like, it ain't. Annual sex is okay, Lamau. It doesn't sound like you're a bad human. I'm not, bro, but part big, I can't lie. I want to be able to just behind my chick and hug her and kiss her in the neck. I swear I'm not the pig you think I am. You suck as a person. Yeah, it sucked, dude. It sucked. I mean, when you're drunk all the time, you're not hanging around those people, and then you realize the reason that she was drinking all the time is because she hates herself. So it's like when she's sober, like it's just like she just. Everything sucks. So you're like, then you're like, okay, well, let's go to the bar. It's freaking 9:30 a.m. Like a lady to hang out with. The other part's nice too. Yeah. I agree. Some other repel each other too. But yeah, you gotta say, you have to have somebody to be like, okay, hey, like, what are we gonna do? So what do you normally do 8 hours a day? You work. Right? So, but when you're not working, what do you do? And then that's where you find people. Because most people that find people at work aren't good either, because they don't want to be at work. So they're not doing something that they enjoy doing already, and then meeting somebody that also enjoys doing something. You know what I'm saying? I'm a better person when I'm crunk. No, I don't believe in aliens. I do believe in demons, though. Connection is what men crave, but afraid to admit it. I'm not afraid to admit it. 100%. You need a connection, right? Yeah, I'd say sex isn't enough.
Last time I was here with the bed, they wouldn't take my order, so now I'm here to show them what I think of their service.
Anything Taco Bell, taking the mobile out?
No, ma'am. Hello? Hi.
We're not doing it.
Really?
Nope.
I came ready today. I got the toilet and everything. It goes right through me, you know? So I just had the toilet, so I'm ready. Can I please?
Yeah, right. I admit it. Let's never talk about people like, right, because people want to advertise dating apps and prostitution. They want to tell everybody, no, you just bang 700 different people and do a different dating app every day. Use my app. You know, it's like, that's the way it is. Listen, if there's something else under us or over us, there's something. Look, there's something. There's a lot of wacky shit that goes and flies around out there. And if you look to history, it seems to make a lot of sense. But like, I haven't seen evidence, so I'm not going to put my name on it. I've never looked for someone to date. Never thought I would get married. Fell in love with my ex. It was great until he went nuts after 20 years. I'm just saying, I'm doing what I try. Finding I'm doing, missing out on my life. I'm a better person when I'm drunk because my wife with less precision. Isn't that rich? Where I'm from, everyone knows me, boy. If they knew what I was saying right now, holy shit! You can marry your ex. Call her up, brother.
Sticky it would be. If you want a perfect set of sparkling teeth to go with your beer-scented, sunburnt skin, then look no further than the nail file. Looking to cut down on dentist costs, TikTokers have taken to filing down their teeth to smooth, uneven edges or reshape them for a more uniform, flat look.
Yeah, no.
The problem?
Listen, it's not worth it. The legal liability, because listen, you can't let somebody beat on you and shit. And you gotta be sensible. It's gotta be sensible. We got shit to do. If it's just like, I can't handle it. Listen, I know a lot of people. I know one guy in particular that goes ghost hunting, and that's what he does. He sold his company and he started a new company taking people out on like ghost hunting expeditions. He's making a lot of money doing it. A lot of people go, and then they get other people to go. And they get a lot of data, which is really interesting. But I don't know. Listen, I believe in the supernatural. They're absolutely 100%. I'll be honest, my ex. Yeah, brother. Listen, she's your ex. I missed when she hit me, right? Yeah. No, shattered me. She's great until she drinks and gets crazy, right? That's what I'm saying. If there's aliens, they're likely demons, right? I mean, and then or angels, right? Like so, along those lines, like we're talking about the same shit coming from the stars and everything that was talked about in history, in Roman times, in the Bible, in shit, right? So we're talking the same way. We're talking about shit coming from outer space. We're just using different words, but talking about the same type of stuff. I don't think that, and if there's aliens that can get here, their technology is just better than it was 3,000 years ago, right? Yeah. So there's something going on. But, yeah.
This can irreversibly remove enamel, the layer of minerals that covers your teeth, protecting them from decay and helping you break down food. So if you go ahead and file it away, you're not only exposing the tooth's sensitive inner layers, you're increasing your risk of tooth decay and cavities. Your dentist wouldn't do it for you? No, shoot. Some have even gone as far as to get a drill, like the kind you use to bore through walls, to cut their teeth into shape. Do not do this at home. It can expose nerves and blood vessels inside your teeth, leading to anything from severe toothache and root canal treatment to full-on tooth removal. Plus, when drilling happens at a dentist's, they spray your teeth with water first to stop heat damage, which I haven't seen anyone do here. And then there's those that want their teeth to have that Hollywood sparkle. TikTokers have used everything from charcoal, baking soda, and even hydrogen peroxide, a type of household cleaner, to whiten their teeth. Now, while these substances may temporarily remove discoloration, over time, they can wear away that precious enamel, leading to tooth sensitivity and decay.
I missed my yeah.
High doses of hydrogen peroxide is poisonous because, it's a household cleaner.
They're crazy, and they're programmed to be crazy. Right, they're programmed like from school, from high school, from the whole feminism thing, the boss bitch thing, and it was so good for companies. They made so much money off of boss babes. And then what happened at the end of the boss babe era? Now you got all these hospitals and fertility treatments and stuff saying all that money that you made, give it to me. So now they're broke anyway because they spent all the money that they made being a boss trying to get pregnant at the end, right? And it's all a scam. Some of the gadgets people that are straight up, yep, they're crazy. One day be very sick where I fall in love because we treat her well. Yeah, there you go. Amen. That's why you gotta leave the Alps alone to go out, bruh. You gotta leave the Alps alone. The fallen, the Nephilim, killer crabs from outer space, right? That's right. More often than shit than spreaders. That's my game, brother. But see, I'm older and I don't date young girls so girls my age is single. Oh man, they're screwed up. Not all of them, but a majority. Well, that's the problem because they didn't get to their age single. And if they're single now, they went through something to be single, and that's what you got to deal with now. And we don't tell young people this. We tell them it'll be fine. We tell women it'll be fine. Wait till your mid-30s to start dating and to start looking for a husband. And then the whole but the first guy and then the second guy had the best teeth and the third guy had the best hair and this guy was the best in bed and this guy did this best. And then they're trying to piece all 19 of those other guys into one guy and they're never going to be happy. I can't watch. My teeth are already sensitive right now. Vitamin K too. Gave me the shivers. Crazy about sanding the sandal in their teeth. In the late 70s, Hal Lindsey had aliens would be blamed for the rapture. Let's see. Like my sex life, great reality is, but I won't love back in my life, right? It's not queer, brother. It's the problem. The problem is queer's been pushed so hard that non reproductive sex has been pushed, so sex has just been a product, and there's always been pimps and hoes, and now there's pimps making more money and hoes making less, and then it's turning into people. The only woman in the mirror twice my size. That happens a lot, brother. Smash and dash. What am I disagreeing for? I'm not disagreeing. I'm agreeing. Rolling with flour, look for the West by 30, you're already expired. Not all of them rich. Some of these girls are wackadoo or whatever you be saying. Yes, absolutely wackadoo. Right. I want to love too, but scared of women nowadays leaving on a whim. Right, because they're told to also. And the internet's not good. It's not good for when you get in relationships. It's not good for women to be around other single women because women are evil. Single women that are in the game are evil. They want all women to be because they're comparing to each other. If a woman has a husband and another woman doesn't, she wants the other woman that has a husband and not have a husband. Like, you think you're better than me? I hear it all the time, and I've heard it for years. And listen, when you work IT and you read the DMs for the entire company, you know everybody's talking like that. Women aren't easy. No wonder we saw obstetrics and gynecology separately. Yeah, I was behind. Yeah. And it's the problem. They're talking themselves into being single. True single men my age are looking for women half my age, right? Right. And there's women half your age looking for men your age. Because they're looking for men with money, and older men have more money than younger men. And that's what the internet's programming them to do. I don't think women can have women friends from what I want to say. It's difficult. I think this is why a lot of women get married, because it's like, I'm not hanging out with these crazy bitches all my life. There you go. Now I was born in 87. There's no age shit. But yes, I want to kiss my woman before I leave for work. Watch cuddles. Venting out. Listen. I don't know if Bigfoot is real, but there is a lot of data saying that there at least was big ass bear like bear animals like that. And there's a lot of good data, and there's a lot of hoaxes too. That's why I won't put my name on it. Men love, but men love women, and men love men and women both. Yeah, men are definitely easy, absolutely. But you know, things go crazy, especially when they start looking outside of their relationships and shit like that. But it's people that don't like themselves getting in relationships is the problem, and we're all taught to not like ourselves so that we'll use the products, not this man. Lamb's the goat. Smallfoot is definitely real. Look at them freaking calves, boy. Littlefoot. This is Lamb's magnum opus. I've had 3 men between 27 and 35 ask me to date. My friends discouraged. They said Child Protective Services would find me. Yes, it is. The end of the world, and he's only got canned goods left, waiting for the bomb to go off. It's the end of the world as we know. No, it's not AI. This is Lovely Lamb Lunch. Deathly silence. Thank you for saying he unplugged from the Matrix. Shit, I'm fixing stoned. I think we lost connection. Ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday, 2:17 p.m. What's gonna happen? That's all, folks. Bam. The spirit of the spirit. What up, empathic veteran.
It can seep into perforations in your teeth, potentially inflaming or damaging the nerves and blood vessels.
No. Dude. Yeah, that's a good one. Can you explain an explanation? You gotta watch it, brother. What happened to this chick? No. What did she do? Holy crap. I have no idea why nothing on my body's where it used to be. I'm average looking. I didn't think about saying yes. Hey. Yeah. Some are teeth, some are here, and some are there.
Over time, this can result in permanently damaged teeth, gums, and even total nerve death. Yikes. Worried about the gap in your teeth, but not keen of the trauma of braces? Well, look no further than rubber bands. Known as gap bands, this cringe-inducing TikTok trend saw people looping a tiny band around their gappy teeth to force them closer together. Now, sure, the pressure from the bands shift the teeth, but it does it far too fast and can wreak havoc.
Right.
The bands can slip under the gum line, irritate roots, destroy bone and soft tissue, and lead to tooth loss. Even if you do close the gap between 2 teeth, you might end up just making 2 new gaps on either side.
Well, that was pointless.
If you want to fill that great big gap in your teeth that you've caused by trying out all these TikTok dentist hacks,
they're saying no, go pay for it. Chewing tobacco teeth. Yeah, chewing tobacco.
Another TikTok dentist hack. This time, it's plastic beads. People heat up these moldable beads in water or the microwave, squish them together, and jam them into their tooth cavities to fill the gap for a flawless smile.
Jeez.
Kinda. The science behind filling cavities is way more complicated than I can explain here, but trust me, this is not a real solution. Basically, sliding one of these into your teeth is like sticking wallpaper over a pothole. It might look a bit nicer, but the cavity's just going to keep growing underneath. Now, we've all seen clips of those fools online challenging themselves to eat the hottest chilies in the world. So, snack manufacturer Pocky took this to a new and even more dangerous level. In 2021, they created a tortilla chip made with two of the world's hottest peppers, the Carolina Reaper and the Naga Viper. For context, they're 2,200,000 and 1,349,000 Scovilles, respectively. Together, over 300 times hotter than a jalapeno. Whoever was brave or dumb enough to take part filmed themselves trying to withstand the burn of the chip for as long as possible, and the trend spread like chili fire. It was all fun until 14-year-old Harris Wollaba had a cardiac arrest after attempting the challenge and tragically passed away. Unbeknownst to Wollaba and his family, he had a congenital heart defect, making it larger than average. During his autopsy, they concluded he died from eating food with a high capsaicin concentration, the chemical that gives peppers their heat, and is so repellent that it's used in bear spray. The news sparked out.
Listen, right. That's what you got to do. The hunting, the gems, stuff like that, that's what you've got to do. How can you turn, do you live near any gem fields? If you do, how can you turn that into a product? And then while you're there hunting, you're going to find somebody your age or in your age bracket that you're interested in doing the same thing. That's the kind of stuff. And then say, hey, I'm thinking about turning this into a business. Do you like this enough to be able to find enough gems to be able to do something to glue a couple together and put them on a necklace and start a little eBay or Etsy channel or something like that? Because then it's something you can build. It's something you can build, even if it's a non-profitable company that makes you $3 a year. It's something you can do and do it, and you know, it gives you something to do all the time. Something like that. That would be great. Yeah, someone died from it. This kid here. I'll be back. Lamb called me. All right. My wife, that you ate the chip? I do not like spicy food. Listen, to me, Taco Bell mild sauce is spicy to me. Their hot sauce is as hot as I'll go with anything. With a bullet.
Rage and Wollaba's parents filed a lawsuit against Packy and its parent company, Hershey, accusing them of marketing dangerous food to kids and fueling the one-chip challenge through social media. Despite only being made for adults, children could easily go out and buy the things unchallenged. Since then, the chip has been permanently pulled from the shelves. Until about 40,000 years ago, our ancient ancestors walked everywhere barefoot.
Can't blow out your O-ring anymore.
Some TikTokers weren't happy with the switch to footwear, giving rise to the Barefoot Challenge, where netizens posted videos of themselves tramping around with naked tootsies in public. Some have even gone as far as slicing the soles of their shoes to dodge no barefoot rules in certain places. However, barefoot walking isn't all a walk in the park. Strolling through streets could leave you prone to glass, dirt, debris, and wart-inducing infections. Just look at the state of this commuter's foot after he ditched the shoes and tried walking around London's underground. Cool blimey, governor. If this wasn't bad enough for your feet, TikTokers also went through a phase of deliberately dropping stuff on them in the imaginatively named hashtag dropping things on my foot challenge. Folks rate the pain from 1 to 10 with the objects increasing in size, weight, and therefore pain.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I think so.
You probably don't need me to tell you that this is a terrible idea. Despite that, people can't seem to get enough of injuring themselves.
Dumbasses. Dumbasses. Oops.
It's a faulty one, isn't it? Really. So, got an old rusty pair, and I can't fucking see things.
I saw you wearing them yesterday. No, I wasn't wearing them yesterday. No, I usually only wear them in the yard. I don't wear them. I don't wear them when I go out. Yeah, I only wear them. So, copper.
We get through mine. Well,
I could go grab them. They're you watch us.
An old broken coat hanger, and I repurposed it. Lovely. What's that? Well, my old dad's really. He loved this coat hanger, and he would have broken his heart if you found out that the top of it had gone away. But it gives me, whenever I look at this, I think of my dad. What? Because he was what, sort of sturdy and reliable. No, he's very wiry. Mate, you're melting out your face. Good workout. No.
Yeah, copper grounding shoes. I can't find them. I thought they were right out there. I'm not going to go looking through the. But yeah, they've got a copper rivet on the bottom that's got a little nub on it, and then on the inside top it's got a copper plate, and then it's got silver mesh on the inside. And then you use your barefoot in it, and the toe box is really wide, so your toes can spread out. Rich, have you done your research on underground cities historically? I know. Yes. If those shorts are any shorter, you can see your dad's. Yeah, I think he does that on purpose. Yeah. Yes. Listen. So I've known a lot of people in the construction business, in the movie industry, and so who do you think are asked often to build these things and to help build the insides? Yeah, there's a lot of rich people have a lot of underground stuff, a lot of cities, and now I've heard a lot of stuff too about saying that a lot of these Walmarts have like connections. Like there's in almost every town where there's a Walmart and a Sam's Club, they're connected. Now I don't know logistically how they would have done that, and I don't know that for sure with everyone, but I do know some do, the ones that are closer together. Hey, Hugh. Yeah, we can do that.
For a chance to go viral in 2025,
yeah, I'm not
40-year-old mom Claire Cave, who really should have known better, dropped a suitcase on her foot and ended up with a broken metatarsal bone. What are you like, Claire?
What? See, I don't want to date anybody like that.
Busy state.
I don't want to date anybody
it's no
like
surprise.
that. I don't want to date anybody that's looking for attention like that on the internet. Now, if there's somebody that's popular on the internet because they're doing something cool, but somebody that chases virality, never.
See cars zooming by.
Because then they'll want to use the relationship for content and shit like that.
But some drivers are pushing the speed limits with a new trend called throughway swimming. TikTokers film themselves hurtling down highways at insane speeds, weaving or swimming through traffic. Now, if you need me to spell it out, this is seriously dangerous and puts people's lives at risk. And sadly, the crazier the stunt, the more views it gains. Just take a look at these idiots.
I create them. Yeah, it pisses me
Platforms
off.
are slow to demonetize these videos, as many upload them with disclaimers that they're fake or staged. This loophole gives the creators a brief window of opportunity to earn some clout and cash before they're taken down. I think it's time for this trend to hit the road. We all want to feel good in our own bodies. And with 2021 came TikTok's Silhouette Challenge, where people of all shapes and sizes would pose in a door frame wearing either tight clothing or none at all.
Nope.
Their figure.
I don't want anybody addicted to any body modifications or tattoos or anything like that. Like, I don't care if we got a couple of piercings or a tattoo, but like somebody that's like, no, it ain't gonna happen. Listen, somebody's got to be financially wise. They have to understand that money can go towards the future. I think a lot of people that don't think about this, and somebody has to be future looking. Most people do not know past today. They've got no idea that something past today happens, and everything that they get is spent on today. And I want somebody to say, we're doing this for 5 years. We're doing this for 10. What are we doing for the next 20 years? Okay, let's buy this house for 30 years, okay, or for 15-year loan. And then after this house, what are we going to do? Like plan. Absolutely. Yes, I do. Last November. Lamb has a channel. Yeah. Lovely Lamb Lunch. Yeah. You haven't subscribed to Lamb yet? Jeez, Cheryl.
Is hidden in silhouette under a red filter, inspired by Doja Cat's Streets. The videos start with Paul Anka's "Put Your Head on My Shoulder" before mashing into Doja's song. As the music switches, the participant strips down, reveling in the silhouette. It was part of the body positive movement, a way to celebrate form and sensuality. And once more, I'm not dunking on the participants. Sadly, though, the world is a terrible place. Creepy viewers would use software to change the contrast and color, reducing the silhouette effect and exposing the person's body without their consent. Don't worry, this image was just made with AI, so you know what I mean. Tutorials even began to circulate teaching creeps how to remove the filters. And these pervs were rightfully condemned, and warnings flooded social media about the risks of taking part in the challenge. A subreddit for removing filters.
I thought he's been dead. I think he had an underground room connected to a big room somewhere in New Mexico. Gene Hackman? No. Was it Gene Hackman? Hold on, what? Let's see. The actor that died the other day, Gene Hackman, I think, had a big underground room connected to a big or something else in New Mexico. Pac-Man died of his wife about a year ago. Pac-Man. This is another way to say exposing idiots to kids on TikTok. Yeah, that's what they want to do. He died this year. Okay, there's been so many nude flashing trends on TikTok. Yeah, it's freaking wackadoodle. Yeah, they tricked me into doing it. I'm a freaking ding-a-ling all over TikTok. Just kidding. All right, let's see. Yes, it's an Atari game. Gene Hackman. Reports regarding a secret tunnel are sensationalized, unverified, presented. These stories speculating about FBI discoveries, hidden bunkers, and ancient symbols beneath the Santa Fe home are generally considered false or exaggerated, often linked to misleading content and rumors. Let's see. Oh, cover up. Oh, she got hantavirus in early 2025. Wow. Yeah, his wife had it. That's crazy. The poo disease. Yeah, maybe they gave it to the rest of the world.
It was banned, along with the suspension of at least 2 X accounts that were editing videos on request. So once again, the internet's role was reduced to a harbinger of mankind's depravity. It was January 2021 in Louisiana, and Tessica Brown just wanted to gel down her hair. But she'd run out of hairspray, so she improvised, grabbing the next best thing and spraying it on her head. Only the next best thing was Gorilla Glue, and it worked too well. The glue hardened, and Brown realized she had inadvertently made a helmet on her head. Panicking, she took her plight to TikTok.
Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Yo, look.
What a dumbass.
My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times, and it don't move.
Now, at the time of making this video, Brown's has racked up over 57 million views. Comments were filled with both sympathy and ridicule, and she was dubbed Gorilla Glue Girl. Every year, her ponytail seemed to get tighter. She tried going to the hospital, but all the staff could offer was acetone to remove the glue, something that would take hours to apply. Then a few days later, she received a call from a stranger in Beverly Hills who'd heard about her plight. He was a cosmetic surgeon called Dr. Michael Obeng, and not only offered to remove her hair, but would do it for free, something that would usually cost $12,500. What a guy. On February 11th, Brown finally had the glue removed from her scalp. To get it out, Obeng used a mixture of adhesive remover, acetone, aloe vera, and olive oil, and even practiced on a dummy with human hair beforehand. The pain had gone, and Brown could finally rest, relieved the ordeal was over. She claims to have never chased clout, but her viral fame has led to her starting to sell t-shirts, hair care products, and even make a film?
Oh my God, did you really put glue in your hair?
Well, looks like a must-watch. But okay, Brown put some glue on her head. We all make some mistakes, right? Well, what's most bizarre is that imitators started turning it into a trend.
Around the glue in 80 days. I think all the haters posting would be hard for me to ignore it. Yep.
TikTok. Now that is idiotic. One man from Louisiana thought Brown was lying and decided to test it out by gluing a plastic cup to his lip, resulting in a trip to A&E and that eternally humiliating photo. He also got arrested for filming himself licking ice cream, so, don't feel too bad for him. TikToker Avani Reyes claimed to have also accidentally squirted Gorilla Glue into her hair, though she denied trying to replicate Brown's fame. Right. I'm a man, so I'm too entitled to bother getting a wax, but I hear it's painful. Over on TikTok, waxing is all the rage, especially on faces. Renaz Ismail, a barber in the Netherlands, runs the page Kapsalon Freedom Box Meer. Catchy name. And it makes a whole business from pouring hot wax onto customers' heads, including the sides of their nose and ears. The wax hardens, and he strips it off their shiny red faces. Ismail says face waxing is common back in his birthplace of the Middle East, and does no damage to the skin, but he's the first person to try doing everything at once. And I can't lie, it looks horrific. Why has this guy got a freaking ball stuck to his noggin? In reality, waxing the delicate skin on the insides of the nose and ears is a big no-no, and I shouldn't have to tell you that slathering people's mouths and noses in wax puts them at risk of suffocation. Wax can harden in airways and have to be surgically removed. What's more, ripping it off can damage skin and even cause a condition called folliculitis, where you can end up with itchy, pus-filled pimples all over you. Ugh. Kapsalon Freedom Boxer Meer's got over 5 million followers, and his most popular videos hit over 150 million views. Damn. And considering his very first post shows him smashing eggs on someone's head, what does he do when someone just comes in for a haircut? I mean, just look at this guy. He's clearly enjoying his job a little too much. You know when cartoon characters eat corn on the cob like this?
Oh, son of a bitch. My brother's friend, Pew Pew, my brother's bulletproof vest decades ago. He wanted to see if it just survived the 9mm. Thanks, Lamb. Worked fine, brother. Worked good. Worked good.
Yeah, I wish we could do that in real life. Well, the internet has the solution, the corn drill challenge. The challenger fixes a cob on the end of a power drill before spinning it across their teeth and trying to eat it as quickly as possible. Now, unfortunately, things can go awry. This trend actually dates back to 2012, before TikTok was a thing, but over the years, it's grown in popularity. Not that that makes it any better of an idea. In 2016, a woman in China lost teeth and had a chunk of hair ripped from her head in a corn drill challenge gone wrong. Man.
God.
Now, everyone and their mom is in on it. Even Jason Derulo. That's fake, though, so don't worry. JD's teeth are fine. I love munching cereal, and I love my wife. If only I could somehow combine the two. Oh, I know. We'll do the cereal challenge.
Okay,
it goes like this.
So think about this. Think about this. Think about what people are willing to do just for some attention on the internet. And this is a big thing with dating girls on the internet, too. Some girls, they make dating their thing. So they don't want anything to work. They want to have another, come on, get ready for another first date with me. And then they don't want to not do it because now they got a guy, but they want that internet fame. So they don't, and the guy's like, oh, I don't want to be on the internet. Well then, but I am the internet, you know, and then like they break up. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. I talk to a lot of people that are on the internet, right? Attention. Yeah, you too.
Right. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
Dun 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 dun.
This one person lies down, another person pours cereal and milk into their mouth, and then they take a spoon and eat the cereal straight out of the first person's mouth like it's a bowl. Ho ho! I can't wait to tell Mrs. BMA's my plan.
My little mind,
hey, sweetheart!
In my little mind, my IQ is going up. Maybe not. It's wisdom and IQ. Yeah, it's 110th grade. You're getting it. Simple. Yeah, did you like that? I thought it was funny.
What do you mean you don't want to take part in the cereal challenge? There's a choking hazard. Wait, where are you going, my little challenge? No, please don't leave me again. Oh man.
Yeah, like if someone's on the internet doing something like Cheryl, I'm telling you, that gem thing, you know, even if you did like making cute videos, gems, and there's people that do that. There's lots of gem finders on the internet, and you could absolutely be one. And the thing is to just do something, to have a hobby, to have something to build. And then, you know, if you're just like, I'm please subscribe now. I'm please subscribe now. All right, what are you please subscribing? We gotta subscribe. We just watched it, dude. We just watched it.
Right. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
We just watched it 30 seconds ago.
It makes me salivate like the sight of a laundry pod. They're squishy, colorful, smell nice. But as delicious as they look, you must not eat them. Unfortunately, in 2018, insatiable teens began daring each other to do just that. Videos of people cooking them up and biting into them started appearing, which is plonker behavior. Eating these could get you hospitalized with breathing problems, vomiting, loss of consciousness, and in some extreme cases, death. In the first 15 days of 2018, 39 teens contacted poison control centers to report issues of intentional poisoning, 91% of whom had munched the pods. To stamp the trend out, YouTube's taken down any videos that mods can find. Let's just hope that those responsible have cleaned up their act.
How did you find the video?
Oh no, I've broken my favorite porcelain effigy of Mr. Beast. Good thing I've got some super glue, but one place you definitely shouldn't apply the sticky stuff is your body. Unless you listen to TikTok, where people have started pasting it on their Cupid's bow and sticking it into their upper lip to give them that Kylie Jenner trout pout. But it gets worse. Some TikTokers have even taken to using super glue to fit vampire teeth into place for Halloween. Yeah, the only issue is getting them out. Plus, super glue is poisonous and all that. Man. I love the cha-cha slide, but I hate what some TikTokers are doing to this incredible bop. The cha-cha slide challenge is a stupid trend where people drive recklessly to the beat of DJ Casper's anthem. Each time the slide man belts out a lyric like, "Slide to the left," the driver makes a corresponding swerve on the steering wheel, often veering into the oncoming traffic lane, and things get really chaotic when Casper shouts, "Crisscross!" Here, motorists swerve frantically in both directions, oblivious to other drivers. The trend seemed to simmer away in 2023 after the sad passing of DJ Casper himself. Even so, was this what Slide Man would have wanted his legacy to be? I don't think so. By now, it's pretty...
Mr. Beast. I'm more like Mr. Bean age. Yeah, me too. Me too. Jeez, I heard you're learning 12 stupid new trends today. Yeah, my apologies. Spirit Airline didn't fail because of war. It failed because they never truly knew their customers. I agree. And they didn't
pretty well established that TikTok is full of absurd trends. But one that takes the absolute cake was released on the 18th of April, 2020 by Liam Wire.
Pee your pants challenge.
Wetting yourself is just what someone called Liam would do. But before you start hurling abuse, know that he actually posted this to poke fun at dumb TikTok trends. And whether he actually peed himself or not, I don't know. But that didn't stop the original post from gaining over 4 million views through or from hashtag Pee Your Pants Challenge trending, with people participating in the challenge in earnest. Unsurprisingly, most of these videos have been taken down, but some parodies still exist.
Jeez.
Pee your pants challenge.
I like that one. And while Liam is a filmmaker stroke comedian, the others who took part in the challenge probably aren't.
Right, yeah.
Since some prospective employers check candidates' social media, it's probably best that they don't come across you wetting yourself.
What up,
I hope you're ready for... People have gone mad for this stuff. It first started in July 2021 when Dave Ramirez tried freezing a bottle of honey and squeezing the resulting gloop into his mouth.
Yo, that took way longer than I thought. Not gonna lie, that was pretty refreshing. Too sweet for me, though.
Soon, others followed, inspired by the tasty-looking sludge. And over the course of the year, the videos gained some 900 million views in total. But I know what you're thinking. What could possibly be bad about chomping on cold, viscous honey? Well, it's all that sugar. Health experts have warned that as well as being bad for the teeth, eating that much honey in one go is going to have you sat cradling your stomach on the toilet in no time. I don't know, though. Could be worth it.
Kind of blows my mind with the increase.
You ever watch that Netflix movie, Bird Box?
Right.
Because
most people know that they can get information at the drop of a hat at any moment. Just grab your phone and get it. So they kind of have that feeling like they already have that information. So they don't get it. They don't get information just to know it for later because they know how to get it when they need it. And it makes them dumb. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, we're devolving. What up, Tony, brother? Let's see what Wagon did.
Bullock has to wear a blindfold or she dies, yada yada. It wasn't exactly a hit with critics, but it nevertheless had a strange afterlife on TikTok, inspiring the Bird Box Challenge in 2019. People filmed themselves completing everyday tasks blindfolded, sometimes for as long as 24 hours. Obviously, this isn't the safest thing to do. Some, like Jake Paul, even filmed themselves wandering onto a busy street and driving a car. Jake Paul doing something stupid? Perish the thought. One Utah teen followed suit.
You know about limb lengthening surgery?
Miraculously, no one was
so
injured.
What they do is they break, like the legs, they break the leg, and then they take a device that has two rings, like a ring that goes around the leg, the upper leg and the lower leg. They break the leg, and then those rings that are like drilled in, they're pinned into the bone. Then they put bars around so that you can crank on that stretch those. So as the leg breaks and as the leg starts to heal, every couple of days you add like a millimeter to it, and the bone starts to stretch. It re-breaks the bone a little bit. Yeah, that's how it works. It's kind of crazy. Kids don't know this. No, they absolutely do not know. Weed lengthening surgery. I seen a video talking about Pokemon Go was used to formulate AI data. So what Pokemon Go was used for was to data map the entire world, or the established world. So the AI, or the GPS was logging everything. If there was an area in America that we didn't have video footage of, or that the Chinese didn't have video footage of, they would place a Pokemon there, and then people with their phones would go in and record it. So then the GPS locations of all the people that did that, and all the videos and different angles that it's been went to from, would all be fed into AI, and they have a complete map of like a lot of the world that was involved in it. 1 inch ain't doing it from a stuffed animal. It does get weak, but bone gets stronger. After a bone's broken, it gets stronger where the break happened, where the repair happens. It's thicker. Some genius just came over my house and fixed my truck in less than 15 minutes. That's pretty freaking good. That's really good. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. This freaking guy.
Hello, Richard with the big nose. My name is Professor Stephen Hawking. But you can call me Professor Stephen Hawking. I am one of the most intelligent minds of our time. But everyone remembers me as that one from the Big Bang Theory. I have been observing your live stream today. I would like to offer you some feedback, if I may. First, you must lose some of the dead wood. I would suggest Andy for start. I also think that Richard has too much sugar in his cough. Your only saving grace is love lamb lunch. He is a classic guy. Fuck you all. Hello.
Hair fall is so dihydrotestosterone is what's in the scalp that makes hair fall out. Hair fall. And what can reverse that is oregano oil and rosemary oil. Oregano oil and rosemary oil for balding. All right. So look, yes, it works. Yes. So rosemary oil is a promising natural remedy for hair loss, with studies suggesting it's performs similarly to 2% minoxidil, increasing hair count over 6 months. It helps stimulate circulation and blocks DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone, hormone responsible for alopecia. Oregano oil supports scalp health via antifungal, anti-inflammatory, reduces dandruff that can hinder growth. So you take a couple of drops. You take like 10 drops of coconut oil and put like 2 drops of rosemary and 2 drops of oregano oil in there. And then you mix that together and you rub that all over the area. So, because you don't want the dihydrotestosterone removed from your body, you only want it removed from the area where it's telling the hair follicles to stop working, and it definitely works. It definitely works. There was this cream oil, not rosemary. I forgot the name. It makes hair regrow back. Yeah, rosemary is always the big one that I knew about. Google how to say 50-10. Oh, no pee in peace. That's like where you hail from with some spit and it accompanies the information of insurance companies. Rosemary oil has a residency in Nashville. Jeez, my friend who used chemo did something with some hair go back. No, it works. It absolutely works. I knew a guy that used to drive me around before when I didn't have my license. He had a big old bald spot on the back of his head, and he started using it, and within 6 months, he had, almost a 1/4 inch of hair. Yeah, less than that, probably like 3 months. Hair like trees, how it actually work. I don't think oil works. No, so I just told you how it works. Your hair follicles can be shut off by a chemical compound called dihydrotestosterone, DHT. Rosemary oil counteracts that. It's so if you keep adding it, it's not one. You can't put it on just one time. You got to put it on every day. And then it will keep the levels of dihydrotestosterone down in your scalp. It won't allow it to build up to levels that shut the follicles off. Yeah, me too. I got a full head of hair. But that's how it works. Dihydrotestosterone is the problem. And you don't want to take pills that get rid of testosterone throughout the body. You only want a DHT gone where you want the hair. Yeah, it's not just once. No, you got to do it every day. Yep.
But jeepers. The trend took on so many reckless followers that Netflix had to issue a warning, wanting to avoid injury. One ingenious girl from North Dakota found a way to protect herself.
Beef.
I wish more adults were as...
Beef is the best source of B12. Beef. You can get it in beef, chicken, pork, eggs, but there's only animal. I don't know of any vegetable sources. Serotonin.
Smart as her.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I know it's got a lot of A and iron in it. Vitamin B12, beef liver. Yeah, the 60 to 70 micrograms per 3 ounce serving. So I take 5,000 micrograms. So you would have to eat 300 ounces of beef liver a day. Yeah. Hot dogs, I think, have some sodium and B12. Yeah, they'll have a little bit.
Hurting themselves, the challenge was criticized for portraying blindness in a
But I have a problem absorbing
After being
B12.
blindfolded for a short time, studies have shown that participants often went away thinking the condition is more debilitating than it truly is, and underestimating the adaptiveness of blind people. I mean, Ray Charles did all right for himself. On St. Patrick's Day in Dearborn, Michigan, back in 2022, this guy was filmed by his friend firing an airsoft gun out of his car at pedestrians. And this was part of the Orbeez challenge, where TikTokers shoot Orbeez, soft gel balls, at other people, whether they give consent or not. And while they're small and squishy to the touch when traveling at high speed, Orbeez can break the skin, leave bruises, and if you get hit in the wrong place, cause permanent damage. Amidst this reckless behavior, teens have faced criminal charges for battery. In Peachtree, Georgia, a group was charged with child abuse for shooting at this boy as he rode his bike. What a bunch of butts. Also, waving fake guns around causes real panic. In the Bronx, an 18-year-old lost his life after being fired at by an officer who apparently mistook his gel gun for the real deal. This just keeps getting worse and worse. From 2011 to 2021, Kia and Hyundai...
So true scientific thinking is evidence and repeatable, but too much current scientific thinking is assumption, and that's a problem. We've let people get away with assuming things, and a lot of shit's something. Like, you know, a lot of the data since like the 1990s that's been on what's been going on with Alzheimer's and brain plaques came out in 2025 that it was wrong. People just wanted the money for it. They wanted to be able to be the ones that were considered professionals. So they made assumptions, and other people were like, yeah, there's plaques in brains, but wasn't the cause of Alzheimer's. And that's why, because they lied and they made a bunch of money off of it, but we might have found a cure for Alzheimer's if they didn't lie and we kept looking. So that's a problem. I saw a video of a cop that shot a toddler with an obvious colorful gun. Dumbest shit ever. Jeez. Yeah. Jeez.
They released cars in the U.S. with one big mistake. They didn't have immobilizers, the things that stop them from starting without the correct key. In other words, all it took was a screwdriver and a USB cord, and thieves could hotwire the faulty cars in seconds. And they did.
This ain't no joke. These people really tried to break into my car, and clearly they wasn't successful. But if you got a Kia or a Honda, watch your car.
Tanab 1 became known as the Kia Challenge, and its perpetrators, the Kia Boys. Videos of these stolen joyrides flooded social media, especially TikTok, with teens filming themselves smashing them up and then abandoning them for police to find. As the dangerous trend grew, so did the reports of thefts, dangerous driving, injuries, and even fatalities. After bailing a stolen Kia, 16-year-old Nicholas Woody II drowned in a Lakewood swamp while fleeing from police. That's awful. In 2022, YouTuber Tommy G covered the case, showing teens in Milwaukee like...
If you have a hard time eating liver, cut it thin by putting it in the freezer for an hour. It's a lot easier to cut thinner. Jeez. Not shaved, but trimmed. I never shaved. They do that. George
Markel Hughes
I
here
sometimes see
stealing
there are
cars.
so many lies being told. That's why it sounds right. Because people like to believe that other people are honest, but you have to understand that evil exists. Evil, deception exists. People go to college and they spend a lot of time and a lot of money to get there. So people that don't know what's real or not. And if somebody that's got a degree or a PhD says something that makes sense, we can't do the same experiment. We don't have the same lab, so we don't know for sure if it's true or not. But it sounds good. But yeah, that's a big problem. Look at that guy. I prefer Pink Floyd.
Unsurprisingly, this dumb youth's appearance in the documentary led to him being tracked down and sentenced to a year in prison. Now, maybe he learned his lesson at least? Nope. In 2023, just 2 months after getting out, he was caught.
Which is like a hot jungle, can't take shape down. Yeah, she have a tremor scuss. That suffering occurs absolutely. Do you think big good look people just lie because they speak a different story? Looking people just lie because action speaks different. Listen, liars lie for different reasons. And I don't know for sure why. Yeah, but action does speak loud, and the thing is, they might lie about their actions. They may say that they found something scientifically, and they write a paper, but it costs $300,000 to do the experiment, so nobody else does the experiment to prove. So they just take their word for it. Never.
Caught stealing another Kia and sentenced to 1 more year. What a reprobate. TikTok removed whatever Kia challenge videos it could, but despite efforts by Kia and Hyundai to fix the issue with software updates and steering wheel locks, the damage had been done. Oh, for shame. Math, homework, bullies.
You went to prison.
I hated school, but I never hated it enough to...
Do you know milk is the fastest liquid on Earth? It's pasteurized before you even see it. What up, Tartar? People lie because they silly. So say Pluto. That's what Pluto says. And big politicians and business people lie. Yes, absolutely. The Neville Paperman space. You should get your coat. Why?
Start stealing from there, and that's what the devious lick challenge is all about. In 2021, as pent-up kids went back to classrooms after the COVID lockdown, the trend challenged them to record themselves stealing or vandalizing school property.
So Louis Pasteur invented it, but pasteurization is heating something up, boiling it or blasting hot steam through it in order to kill bacteria.
Yeah, it really was that stupid. A lick is slang for a successful theft. And students nabbed everything from their teachers' hats and confiscated phones to fire extinguishers, causing thousands of dollars in damage. Schools took urgent measures, from having teachers guard bathrooms to this.
Resources to call each of your parents and tell them what you're doing. So, from now on, we will be removing the doors from the hinges on the bathrooms, girls and boys. This is completely unacceptable, and this is the only recourse we have.
In September 2021...
All right, Lamb. I'm getting tired of you, buddy.
Lawyer, no, because the nose, I was a skateboarder.
Got that burger, yeah?
I broke my nose last skateboarding. Your diet and mental health is... Your diet is your mental health a lot more than you know. You can't have good mental health without a good diet. You can't. You need to put... If you smoke cigarettes, if you drink, if you smoke weed, any of these things, you lower your body's ability to absorb
what do you
nutrition
call the
from the food you
officers
put
that
in your
jump
body.
onto the crime scene?
So you have to.
Tracy.
No, because the nose, I was a skateboarder.
Got that burger, yeah?
I broke my nose last skateboard.
At least 13 students across the U.S. faced criminal charges for their involvement in the challenge. In response to devious licks, more wholesome TikTokers launched a reverse trend called Angelic Yields, where participants returned stolen items to their schools, including everything from toiletries to cash. No. Ooh, I love chugging gallons of luscious liquid. But some menaces have taken to filming themselves throwing jugs of it down grocery store aisles before falling over and wallowing in their disgusting puddle. The trend started back in 2013 on the Chazy channel, and since then, TikTokers have adopted it for their own. Aside from making a big, pointless mess, falling onto cold, hard ground can, shocker, hurt. Now, here's something to spark concern. The penny outlet challenge. The TikToker partially plugs a phone charger into an electrical outlet, takes a penny, and then drops it between the prongs, creating a short circuit.
Because I ain't doing that.
My faith in future generations diminishes every day. In 2022, Massachusetts authorities sounded the alarm after attempts at the challenge caused 3 incidents, 2 in schools. In the end, 2 15-year-old students were charged with attempted arson and malicious damage to property.
With sexy results.
Fire officials have come down hard on these clowns. Short-circuiting can result in burns, eye damage from the flash, and, of course, electrocution. Plus, the wrecked outlet can burst into flames, setting fire to anything nearby, including you.
With sexy results.
A fire can even simmer behind the wall, unnoticed, for hours. It's not just brain-dead TikTokers that are spreading the challenge, though. One 10-year-old girl was recommended it by their Amazon Alexa. Thankfully, her mom was with her and promptly told Alexa to shut up. Amazon now claim that they've patched the issue, but mine was encouraging me to do a face reveal the other day, so I'm not sure it really worked.
The Darwin Award.
I'm done with TikTok. From now on, it's back to good old reliable Bebo. What did you think the dumbest...
Let's see. Let's see.
I wanted to see what my aunts would prefer between goldfish crackers and Cheez-Its, so I dumped 20 goldfish crackers and 20 Cheez-Its equidistant from the ants' nest. It didn't take long for the ants to discover this mother lode of righteous grub, and they showed an obvious preference for the Cheez-Its. They moved some of the goldfish, but they moved all the Cheez-Its except for one to their nest, and this is where the contest took a weird turn, because one of the Cheez-Its was caught in a tuft of grass. A team of ants worked vigorously to dislodge the Cheez-It from the grass, and I don't know what was up with that freeloader on the top of the cracker. Was that like the team lead or something? Team Cheez-It eventually dislodged the cracker, and then it was just a race to see if they could get it into the nest before the last few goldfish made it.
Damn.
And watch how the team passed up the goldfish crackers to victory.
Cows freak
I
me
wanted
out.
to see what my aunts would prefer between goldfish crackers.
All right. Richard, you're bad, Goyam. Eat your red 40. Put on a government issue for UFO voter ID. Oh, government issue UFO vid. Yeah, uh-oh. Nice. All right, lovely lamb lunch. All right, let's see. Oops. All right. Boom. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here, too. It's after 11. Got Mother's Day tomorrow, and today was my father's birthday. Make sure you subscribe. Trying to get to 2,500 subs. And I'll have a vid tomorrow for Mother's Day. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon for live streaming. I appreciate y'all. Love you. Thank you. Love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.